Is it moving, Marv? Because I don't see anything. Is it working?
Just slow on my end.
What do you mean by slow? Is it like...
It's playing the trail. Yeah. Choppy, and it's like kind of delayed. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, if it's going to be choppy like this, then we can't do it. Like, this is not the vibe, bro. It looks like it's catching up. Yeah, but we can't have that, Marv. That's not the way it's supposed to go. Yo, everybody. So we're having still technical difficulties. Basically the upload speed isn't great right now. Hasn't been great since we've been, Marv tried to restart the Wi-Fi and such like 3 times. Turned everything off. Everybody's off Wi-Fi. So I just need to see, I'm trying to look at it on my phone just to make sure like it's moving okay. So let me wave my hand real quick just to make sure it's like not glitching. It's a little choppy still, right, Marv? Yeah. So, question for you guys, and I'm gonna be straight up. Do you guys want us to continue the episode as it's choppy? If so, then throw some W's in the chat, and then we'll start the episode. Par says the audio is fine. All right, so the audio is fine. Yeah. Everybody, let me know. Throw W's in the chat if you want us to continue the episode. If not, we're going to have to, like, basically record the episode as we do and then post it later. That's the only way. So let me know. We'll just wait for them, see what they say. We'll give it to the chat. Let them decide.
Yes, someone's asking to give if we could give him a shout out. Gabriel Montoya.
Oh yeah, yo! Shout out to Gabe, man.
Yeah, he said he just. I think he just got here, and if we asked him, we could give him a shout out.
Yeah, definitely gonna shout out everybody for sure. I don't know if these guys are actually hearing me though.
Yeah.
Yeah, lagging, choppy a lot. Yeah. Seb didn't have his glasses on.
Thank you, Gabriel. We are running to technical difficulties. We'd love to give you a shout out. We want to, and thank you for the support. He says we're his favorite podcast. Please give him a shout out. So we'd love to shout you out. We're having technical difficulties at the moment.
All right, everybody's saying W. So okay. Everybody wants us to keep going. It is a bit choppy, but the audio's fine, right, Marv? All right, you know what? Let's just do this. Just because at the end of the day, like, it's just not helpful. So let's get it popping. All right, enough complaining. Listen, my name is Larry.
Lawrence. Lino.
And this is that One Piece Talk, where we talk One Piece. This is episode 59. We are going to be talking about One Piece chapter 1055. And what a chapter it was, gents. I know I'm just going to say it from the get, but this chapter was a 10 out of 10 for me. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but for me, whew, it was good. Also, guys, I just want to give some 2 announcements. 1, this is the first episode that's going to be a 2-hour episode. So next week, the week after that, and then the last week of August, we are going to have 2-hour episodes. So every episode for this month is going to start at 6 p.m. The reason why I did this is because I looked at everybody giving us feedback about how great we are and how much we rush things because obviously the episodes are too short.
Yeah.
So personally, just for transparency, we pay for the studio. We pay for the cameras, we pay for the sound, we pay for Marv, we pay for everything. And it's a financial risk to a degree to take that 2-hour leap and move past the 1 hour. And I know we've been working towards getting to the 2-hour that goal, but I think that me personally, I was like, let's just do it. I think it's time. And a lot of it comes from just you guys, from helping us out financially by the super chats, because literally, I tell Lawrence, Lionel, and Sebastian all the time, everything that you guys super chat us or donate or subscribe to us or give us anything, none of it goes into our pockets. It literally goes towards like making the show better to some degree. So thank you for making that happen. We're going to see how this month goes, and then next month we'll decide again. But for right now, it's looking like 2 hours for good. So that's a good announcement. The next announcement is probably going to be one of my favorite episodes ever, because I have two out of the three of my favorite guys ever, besides my brothers, of course. We have Parvision and we have Mosh DMC coming to the studio August 15th, and that's going to be a fully packed episode, and it's going to be amazing. And I think that that's the episode you guys want to tune into, because we're just going to be going off. Marv, we didn't have the widget on there either for the alert to see them. So, all right. So, thank you, Straw Hat Nelson. I'm going to get right to that super chat. Give me 1 second. So, for everybody else, if you want to support us, just want to say thank you as always for tuning in. Everybody that's from TikTok, thank you as well for tuning in. If you really want to support us, listen, you don't have to donate, but I would really appreciate it if you liked the video and also give me some of your thoughts in the comments as well, or tell somebody else about this show and how great it is. But if you are sub to us and you are a member and you are donating like these super chats, listen, thank you. You don't have to, but thank you so much. Other than that, Lawrence, I know this is hard. Can we give some shout outs to the people that's in the live chat right now?
Okay. So, forgive me. I'm just going to say, please forgive me in advance because I'm horrible.
Yeah, just say however many people you can. Yeah. And then we'll keep it moving.
So, all right. We have Mosshead32 is in the chat. We have Ban Showman.
Bon Showman. What's up, Bonch?
3-Day Trip.
Hey, 3-Day. How are you?
Willie White. Peter Keenan. Straw Hat Nelson.
Oh, Willie White's from here.
Yep.
No? Oh, okay.
Okay. Jordan Roth. Like?
Just say the first name, bro.
Okay, Jordan. Okay, regular. Kelvy. Timothy Cook. Par's in the chat.
What's up, Par?
Tony Leon. Void. Beast. TTM. Shambles.
Nertaku.
Yeah.
Omoni. Jamal. Peter. Thank you so much. Timothy. Void. Beast.
Phantom Greyfire.
Yeah. Slat. Thank you so much, KJ.
Gabriel Montoya. Pretty much he wants to shout us out. We're going to shout you out. Nice having you, Gabriel Montoya. Glad you enjoy our show.
Yeah, so guys, if you want to call into the episode, we're going to have time for that at the end of the episode. I don't know exactly when, but we're going to finish up the chapter questions, and then we're going to dive right into that.
Also, Sebastian's in the chat. I just seen him.
Yo, Sebastian. Don't shout out Sebastian. What's up, we're not saturated. Yeah, Aaron Tate, what's up? So I just want to say thank you guys for being here. Let's read that super chat. So the super chat is from Straw Hat Nelson. He says, or she says, love watching. Let's hope this Wi-Fi works. Team Buggy all day, though.
People really ride with Buggy.
Buggy in real life is real, bro. Like, he has the same effect in the anime that he does in real life. It's so wild, bro. But anyway, let's get to these questions, gentlemen. Okay. So, to start off chapter 1055, which was an amazing chapter. The chapter starts off with the Wano citizens still celebrating. We see Nami and Tama enjoying themselves. We go back to Momonosuke, Yamato, and the Scabbards fighting Green Bull. Momo is still telling Yamato not to interfere. Raizo jumps into the air to use fire escape, and Green Bull screams in agony, only to say, yeah, nah, LOL. Then he proclaims Firebreak Forest, which can also be translated to Fireproof Forest. He says he wouldn't be able to be an admiral if he couldn't overcome such an obvious weakness. Then Green Bull stabs Raizo with one of the roots and sucks him dry.
Hey, thank you.
All the Scabbards then get yoked up by Green Bull. What do you think of the beginning of this chapter so far? And we'll go with Lino. Guys, thank you so much. We're gonna get to the super chats right after this question. So, Lino.
I find it kind of interesting that fire didn't affect him, but obviously later when we see like a little bit later on into the chapter, like so I'm trying to think what type of level of fire did Raizo give that didn't have no effect.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think, because we know at the Reverie, Green Bull was there and he fought Sabo.
He did.
Did his fire affect? Did Sabo's fire affect Green Bull? That's the question I'm trying to think now because
We're not there yet.
Well, we didn't see Green Bull and bandages like we saw Fujitora, so we wouldn't be able to tell. You know.
That's true. So I mean that's because again we saw it later on in the chapter. I don't want to get into it already.
Yeah.
But like.
Thank
so,
you,
like,
Hanny.
So I'm trying to think: is the flame fruit is it this type of level of fire that Raizo's giving, or is it stronger?
Yeah.
Like, will it really affect Green? Because like. Again, it had no effect at all. Like, and again, I don't know what he's doing because I don't know if it was hockey related with Green Bull. Yeah, he didn't state it was hockey related. It just looked like his ability just negated somehow his flames. So that's a good. I don't know. It was good. And again, like it's similar to crocodiles. He just stuck a vine in Raizo and his liquid came out of his body. Again, similar to what crocodile was able to do. So
they were saying that he has the guac no mi.
What? I can't. Wow. Doing Green Bull dirty.
Mythical Zoan head. All right, I'm done. All right, keep going. I'm done.
But,
so what else?
But he said also like because he said like he wouldn't be an admiral. So like obviously he knew there's a weakness, but it shows that he's more of a capable fighter than we thought he was. Something it gives him more of more like he's not just a lapdog to me that much anymore. Like he covers his bases. Like I'm gonna be an admiral. I'm gonna be stronger. Even though I came off first as a lapdog, but I'm more. There's more to me than that.
Yeah,
a little bit to agree. I saw that. So like. He's not just like a blind soldier who's strong and like an idiot. So that's what I did appreciate because again it'll be some admirals kind of show like Kizaru like we don't know fully his because sometimes Kizaru gives off like he might be dumb, but also just that goes into maybe him just being lazy. Yeah. So like but I just want to get more development towards Green Bull who he is as a character in person, but he seems also a little wild and crazy at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. What about you, Lo?
Oh man, my eyes are burning. But anyway, yeah.
I don't know what's going on over there, bro.
No, they're burning, so they're tearing, so I can't see. Anyway, yeah. So.
Yeah. Are you crying, bro?
No. They that tend to happen. I don't know why that happened. But
Thank you, Beast.
Thank you. So, I actually liked from the beginning. I liked actually Momo in the beginning of this because before we see he's getting more over his cowardlessness. Yeah. He's growing into more of like the man he should have been a long time ago. Granted, he's also still 8 years old mentally. But I liked it because we'll get into later on what he says. But because you see him getting punched in the face by branches or by Green Bull, and he's really trying to scrap. Because remember I said earlier, he's not really trying to fight Green Bull. He's just going to have his scabbards, like, Yamato stay out of it, meaning the scabbards take care of this. But no, he's in the front lines, like, really battling Green Bull. Like, he stepped up. So it's like, before he was scared of, like, everything, scared to fight, everything. Yeah, a lot of it was Kaido. But we see this is an admiral. But he jumped right in head first, So I like that from that attitude from Momo because, again, we get into it later. But also Green Bull, what we were talking about, his showing here, how, like you said, Wood has a weakness to fire. Yeah. The fact that he's not getting burned right shows that either he developed his ability strong or he's just, for whatever reason, is that strong, whatever. Because it should be just be consumed. It should, like, for example, if he fought Sabo, this should just be a completely bad matchup. Yes. Right? But what Green Bull's showing here is like, that wouldn't really work on me. You got to bring more than that. You got to bring more to the table.
You need more than that.
You need more to really affect me, which is actually dope because, again, nature, like and for wood plants, like your big weakness is fire because it just roasts you all. Like, you're very flammable. So like that. And I'm thinking, what else was there that you went up to?
Well, the scabbards got yoked up.
Yeah. And pretty much I kind of expect that. Granted, I wanted to see a little more from Denjiro.
Oh my god.
Like I was like,
Oh my God.
I was like, yo, are we finally? Because he's been gone
Oh
like
my
the entire
God.
Wano.
True, but it's an admiral, so I didn't.
You better
check
stop
out.
that. You
Yo.
better stop that right now, Lionel.
Bro,
Well, I saw
I'm
him
not
yoked
trying to.
up
I'm not
and I
even
was
gonna get
like-
upset, but we just saw what happened to King and Queen. What do you expect the rest of the Scabbers gonna do?
To bang out.
Yeah.
Because they banged out with Kaido.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Granted, it didn't last long.
It didn't.
But
Again.
they still
I
banged out.
get you, but
Yeah.
again, what's the difference between Kaido and Greenbow?
A lot.
I know.
Obviously.
I'm going by fighting style. We know Kaido's fighting style. Greenbow's fighting style is different than Kaido's. Kaido lets himself get hit. He matches his opponent's strength. Greenbow doesn't do that.
I just seen Green Bull take Rizo's attack to the face. You saying he don't get himself hit?
And Lionel,
That's the difference between him and Kaido? You gotta stop that,
Lionel,
bro.
you're forgetting one thing, right? We already saw Greenbow get affected by Yamato's hockey. So you're trying to tell me none of the Scabbards can have hockey that can at least affect him at least a little
Not
bit?
even that. They ain't even use Rio.
Yeah.
They're not, but Yamato's
just
hockey
getting
is
yoked
probably
up.
stronger than.
Like, and also too, your Shogun
And
is fighting with you.
And then
like
again,
you gotta protect
we
him.
just saw, like Yamato did hockey hardening and rocked Greenbow, and he ate that. It wasn't Van's Kingdom Position leaking.
Yeah.
I looked at it. It was just the Black Lightning, so she didn't put a Van's Kingdom Position in her attack, but he still ate that.
Yeah, because he's an admiral. He should eat it. He better eat it. But I'm talking about like.
So I'm saying,
we're talking
like,
about the Scabbards.
I get you, but their hockey, so far to my knowledge, they show that their hockey isn't as strong as Yamato's. I get you. You're talking about they shouldn't, like, it shouldn't
Thank you.
matter because they're
Thanks,
still
Oz.
fighting an admiral.
Yeah.
But like their hockey wouldn't do that much towards Greenbow anyway.
But also too, I'm talking about also not just that. Look at the stakes. Your Shogun is fighting with you, taking damage. You got to protect your Shogun, and also you got to protect Wano because he's talking about killing thousands, like
true.
not caring. And he's going to the people trying to take the people that helped you win Wano back. There's a lot at stake here. That you're fighting an admiral. You know, to them it could be, I'm saying equivalent to a Yonko, but this is close to a Yonko. You're fighting a little less. You should do everything to fight. That's why, like later on, Yamato's after you. They're right. Yamato's right. I want to see it from you, Scabbards. Like later on, Yamato talk about protecting. You gotta back it up. You can't be all talk here. If you're just getting yoked up very easily by an arrow who just rolls up, not even going out, just throwing plants. How are you gonna protect your country?
I mean, his ability is tricky though. I mean, I get you. We don't know if he's not going to go out, but like,
I'm
we
not-
saw how big he gets.
Yeah,
Like, that's what I say. Like, his ability is like, I could make plants.
but
for
hockey,
myself and
but
use
hockey
that.
can affect it.
Like, for instance, like you talking about we talking about Kid and bullets that they're limited because they don't have material for them to make their ability work.
Yeah.
He could just make. He could. All right. There's no plants. Boom. There's plants here now.
He can make them grow, which is
and
actually
that's
pretty
not-
dope.
Again,
Like-
and we don't even know that's part of his awakening. Now. We don't know if that's him just doing it. So imagine if he's just doing it, his awakening could be even better than what it is.
No, I know this. I know how strong an admiral's supposed to be.
No, but his ability
and
itself.
his ability is beast also as well, right? But again, I'm talking about like we already seen it get affected a little bit, right? From that, what I'm talking about is like the Scabbards. Where's your hockey to show that you could at least? Because I'm not singling out one of them. Because I'm not even coming at Momo because. To me, you're actually being more impressive if you're actually fighting. To me, I expect you to do the worst out of all of them. I'm talking about the rest of the Scabbards that's fighting here. Granted, all of them are not there. But to me, who I believe is one of the strongest, Dendro, what are you doing? Where you at?
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, let me go so we can move on because it's still the first question.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so for me, it was nice to see that Nami and Tama were hanging out together because of the whole mother situation. And that was pretty cool. To see that Momonosuke is going back to saying to Yamato, like, don't interfere, and then we'll get into it later in the episode, but the fact is he's, like, versing an admiral is very respectable. At the end of the day, like, you got to give respect to Momo. To a degree, is that Conqueror's like? I wouldn't say just yet. But if he happens to keep overcoming, then I could probably make a great argument that, yes, at the end of the day, he might actually have it. For the second part, Rizo using that ninja scroll, I thought he actually took Kaido's blast breath, put it in the scroll after he used it, and then now he could just use it whenever he wants. And I thought that was the blast breath that he shot at Green Bull, which I wasn't too sure. Thank you, Beast.
Thank you.
So
would
I was
be
like, maybe not. That's why I didn't hurt Green Bull too much.
Okay.
So then I was like, cool. The fact that so TCB said that it was fireproof forest. And then when we went to Viz translations, they basically said, what was it again? It was fire break forest.
Yeah.
So there has to be some hockey induced into his tree to overcome that weakness, because there's no other way you could just do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be Aokiji and then get electrocuted by lightning and then you're just like straight. You have to infuse hockey to a degree to say, this is not going to affect me.
Yeah.
I'm going to build up my resistance. So that's cool. But other than that, to see that Raizo got taken out, like, is he done? Like,
Yo,
is Raizo
yeah.
dead?
I
need to know, bro.
Did he
I don't
say
know if he's
anything?
dead.
Yo, bro, he out.
No, did he say anything?
Bro,
in the other chapters?
he's
In
done.
the other pages?
Nah, I ain't see him. He done. But I was like, yo, I hope he dead, bro. Do we need Raizo? Probably not.
I don't.
He came
I'm
through.
good.
He
Okay,
came
we got-
through.
it has to be-
when Wano was on fire.
Yeah.
I'm
It
just
has
saying.
to be like again, but what he absorbed out of it. Because you know, crocodile was absorbing water. If he's absorbing blood, how do you come back from that? You're dead. You know.
Yeah,
You
so
think he's absorbing blood?
I said if he is, because you know plant eaters.
he's absorbing everything. That means
It could all
blood,
blood, yeah.
water, semen,
No,
all that, bro.
All right.
He drinking
You
it
went
all.
too far.
Guac, bro.
I always assume water because I feel
I
like
can't with you.
if he's taking away
Thank you,
blood from
Julian.
you like that, we don't know how many ounces or like.
Because I think
even
what is
gallons.
the plant?
Gallons of
The
semen,
Venus
bro.
flytrap.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the super
Yes,
chat,
yes,
bro.
yes.
All right, so we have Shambles. He says, "Here's to 2-hour episodes." Thank you so much,
Yes,
Shambles,
thank you.
for that super chat.
Much
I
love,
appreciate
thank
you,
you.
brother, so much. Peter Keenan. $5 super chat. He says, "Let me chip in a little for a new router." Marv behind the window, punching the air right now. Haney, thank you again for joining as a member. Appreciate it so much.
Much love.
Beast TTM, thank you for joining as a Nakama as well. And then we have Oz. Yo, Oz, glad you made it back home from work. He says, let's go. So thank you for the 5, Oz. And then we have Beast TTM, which I don't recognize your name, but I just want to say thank you for coming through. He says, do you think Ace would have beat Green Bull? I can't, there's not enough information on Green
Yeah.
Bull. I can't say.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
Is it all gonna come down to hockey?
Most
Yeah.
likely.
It would come down to hockey.
Yeah.
And then, no, go.
So and if we all know that Ace is a king disposition user. If Ace could like bloom his king disposition in hockey more in that fight, then the favorite could go Ace's side. But
Oh, all right.
but
I was about to say.
what do you thought?
Nah.
I was gonna say?
I believe Ace could.
I guess. Then we have Julian Cooper with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Julian. He says, Big Mom and Kaido alive after Wano revaluation? Maybe. I mean, it wouldn't really do the story justice, but
Yeah.
I guess. All right, so let's go to the next question, guys, because this is where the meat of the chapter is, right? So we continue on with Sukiyaki, Robin, and Law. Sukiyaki explained... Oh, my bad. I went ahead. Next, we go to Robin and Sukiyaki under the castle. To our surprise, Law joins them. He found it suspicious they weren't celebrating too and decided to crash their meeting by linking up. All three start to go down even further beneath the castle. Sukiyaki says he never told Kaido about this route, but Jack is a fisherman and was able to dive deep enough to find the poneglyph. Law wonders how far they'll have to walk, and Sukiyaki says centuries deep. Law and Robin then see a tunnel with a glass block and light is coming from it. They ask Sukiyaki what it is, and he tells them to see it for themselves since they're at the sea floor. Both Robin and Law see for themselves and are shocked by what they see. Then we're shown a perfectly preserved Wano from 800 years ago, a different Wano. Law asks, what does this mean? Sukiyaki says he doesn't know. What did you guys think when you read this part of the chapter, Lawrence?
I thought it was crazy because I kept thinking, like, how did that happen? Like, you know, because it said, all right, they're
No.
at the bottom.
Yeah, you get that's the next part of
Oh,
that.
shoot, okay.
What did you feel when you just read up to that part?
Oh, them going down?
Going down and they just saw what they saw, which was the old 800-year Wano.
I was shocked because, like, pretty much, I was thinking how, dang it. Because most of my comments is are
Like,
for the next
bro, what did you feel to that point that hard?
Because I keep going to the next one.
Do you want to skip?
Yeah.
Is it too hard?
Yeah,
All right,
skip,
Lionel,
skip.
what did you feel when you read up to that point?
I don't see nostalgia because I can't say that because I don't know Wano like that. But I mostly start off with Yuma's kingdom and like was this the Wano that Yuma was with? Because it was 800 years. And I was thinking of like, and also how is it still intact? Ramen brings that up. Like, how is it still intact? How is it still like? There's no like, how is it still standing? And it's been in water for maybe like 800 years.
Yeah,
That's kind of ridiculous. Like, what are these buildings made of? And I'm thinking, I was trying to think of maybe is some material made off the poneglyphs.
yeah.
Like, are some of their buildings back then made some of the material of the poneglyphs, and that's why they're able to last that long? And I also thought of, so obviously Jack did this before he ate the fruit. They don't elaborate on it, but I just thought.
I mean, did he?
He's able to swim, yeah. Because if he's able to, go
I
down
mean,
if you're
You can still swim.
no, but if you eat a fruit, if you're a fishman, you become a hammer still.
I mean, yeah, but
What is it tied like ropes?
I
to
mean,
him?
you can still like move underwater.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
Listen-
Luffy was punching underwater in Fishman Island.
When?
He's
versus,
talking
like,
he was in the
he's
talking with
talking-
the Kraken. Like, he's talking about the Kraken.
Even the Kraken.
But I get you, but some of his body was in the bubble and some of his body was out.
Listen,
if
bro,
you put your whole
you ain't out here telling me that Jack ain't have his fruit.
I'm
then,
telling.
bro.
Remember
When did they say
the-
Jack got his fruit?
they never stated it?
Okay,
I
then.
don't
So
remember.
we gotta assume he had his fruit. All I'm saying, this might be a plot hole.
No,
but like,
I get you. But remember when I forget that big giant elephant's name,
Zunisha.
Zunisha. Remember when Zunisha smacked Jack
I
in
know.
the water and he was?
But
in the
he was
water?
under debris.
No.
Yeah, he
was just chilling there.
No, he had debris on him.
Nah.
Yeah, if you go back, I'm pretty sure you're gonna see debris on top of him.
gonna go
He
back.
might not be able to move the debris, but he might be able to swim.
But that's my point. How can swimming is moving?
I get you. But like when you got stuff on top of you and it's like a whole ship, might be a little harder,
I
bro.
don't think he had stuff on. I think he did this before he had his fruit.
Well, it could have been.
Thank you, Oz.
It could have
Thank you.
been, for example, when he, in the beginning, like you know how Odin was gone for 5 years, right? So before the fight, it could have been because also Jack is really young. Actually, was he like what 28?
Yeah, the same age
So
as
if
Yamato.
it was 20 years ago, no, chill. All right, it can't be 20 years ago. But if it was 10 years ago, he would be like 18. You
Yeah.
know, so he could have got it like real, like older, like still a teenager that could have did use. Granted, he still looked like a grown man when they showed
Exactly.
him.
Like he looked.
He looked like a grown
All
man.
right.
He looked like he did
Anyway,
now.
finish your thoughts.
But yeah, I find it really interesting that how Wano, and I hope we get more because again, I'm mostly really interested in on the old history with Wano and especially with Yuma, and that's what I'm thinking. This Wano is tied to Ryuma's history, so that's why I immediately thought of we're gonna get information on Ryuma,
Yeah.
and what's gonna happen in Wano.
You're super interested in Ryuma, huh?
Yes.
Yes, yeah,
Yes, I am.
same.
I hope we get like a mini movie or like a side manga thing for
Okay.
Ryuma.
Are you done, Lano?
Yeah.
Law, are you ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Go ahead,
so,
bro.
Lionel said a lot of stuff I was bringing out, like Jack finding out that that Wano was underneath all this, right? So it's interesting. So it's like if Jack knew, Kaido knew this entire time,
Yeah.
right? So I'm thinking, what did that place for Kaido? Like if you knew the original Wano was here, it made me think of like how he kept waiting for the
Well, they
scalpers.
didn't say the original Wano. They just said the poneglyph.
Yeah.
But I think he would, because if Jack saw it, then he would know that, all right, this is the real Wano was here before.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any windows to the road poneglyph. I think he just knows where the poneglyph was in the basement. That's it. Because they never said anything about him saying which poneglyph it was. I mean, you can dive into the water, but I guess it's insinuated that he dove deep enough in order to see the poneglyph. But at the end of the day, when we looked in the room, which is obviously the next panel,
Yeah.
you don't see any windows.
You don't.
So how do you see that?
That's why, granted, that's the
I don't
question
know,
they asked.
bro. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
bro.
the question
It
they asked.
doesn't
Like, how
really
do you
make
see
sense.
it as a
This
fisherman?
chapter was weird because Jack swimming was just weird too. If he has this devil fruit, but
I'm trying to
go
think,
ahead.
but where's the water, though? Right, because you notice that the rain,
Yeah,
right? The rain, then they build it on top of the mountain.
yeah.
Where's the water that's did all the water evaporate? Because that means you could still access the city freely.
Yeah. I'm not too sure, bro.
Wait.
I don't know what was happening. That's
Wait.
all I'm saying.
Well, I'm gonna.
Because remember the picture that they show is like
Yeah,
the
Lawrence.
building was.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it later.
All right.
Lawrence, you're done. So it was pretty dope to see that Law shambled himself next to Robin in the tunnel, and then they saw this big picture and they were like, "Whoa, what is that?" While I was doing a live reaction on YouTube, I was closing my eyes because I wasn't ready because I thought we were gonna see Pluton. So I was counting down 3, 2, 1, and I opened my eyes to see what it was, and I was like, "What is that?" I was like, "What is that?" I didn't know what that was. I was like, "What is that?" And then I was like asking people like, "Yo, y'all watch Stranger Things, right? Have you ever saw Stranger Things?"
Nah.
I saw the first episode.
All right, there's like a dimension under our dimension. So basically, everything in this room is the same in another dimension.
Okay.
So I was like, and they call it the upside down. So I was like, yo, is this the upside down? Like, is this what Pluton is? That you could travel to different dimensions and it's like the same thing that we're viewing in real life? And then like they started laughing. And I'm like, yo, I'm serious. So I didn't know what was actually being done. But when Robin said like, how is everything still preserved so well? It brought up into a lot that I'm going to go over later. But I was just so shocked by what we were seeing because it was a literal look of confusion. I had no idea what I was looking at. I literally said to myself, what the is going on? And I stood there for like at least 20 minutes trying to figure out what Sukiyaki said before this, what Robin has been saying about Pluton. And I was like, is Pluton a special kind of water that preserves matter to its greatest form? If so, how can that be dangerous? I didn't understand. I was just like trying to make up all these things, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. So this goes into our next couple of questions, and we got a super chat from Oz. He says, did Larry say Green Bull give the suck?
I can't.
Yes, I did. Thank you for the $2, Oz.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's go to the next question because Law can't contain himself apparently.
What?
So next we go back to Robin and Sukiyaki. My bad.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. We continue on with Sukiyaki, Robin, and Law. Sukiyaki explains there was once a Wano with a huge Fuji mountain. At some point, walls were erected around Wano and the rainwater filled up Wano from the inside. People had to abandon their homes, and people built new land on top of the side of Fuji Mountain. An entirely new country was built. That's the Wano of today. Then we see the third road poneglyph. It's said that even further down, the ancient weapon Pluton is resting. Sukiyaki has never seen it for himself and cannot show it to them now. Sukiyaki also says that in order to retrieve Pluton, would mean to open Wano's borders, which would mean they lose their natural defenses. He then furthers saying he doesn't know why Odin wanted to open up the country, but whatever he learned on his travels is up for debate. What did you guys think about all this? And then we'll start with Lionel.
I thought it was crazy.
Also, thank you, Rose of Darkness.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I thought it was crazy. And also, how did they build a new Wano on top of water? Like, where did they get the land?
The mountain.
They took.
They said they built it on top of a mountain.
They built it on the side of Fuji Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, so when the water wasn't connected. Okay.
But you also bring up a good point because these islands are also
separated.
They're separated, so they're not a part of Fuji Mountain.
Exactly. So that's
yeah. There's a couple of theories about Oars, the continent mover, being able to help them.
Oh, okay, that's it.
But that's just a theory. It's not an actual truth.
But I was just thinking, like, also, because again, they don't explain why or when these things got erected. At some point, it got erected, and I'm trying to think, did they do this on purpose?
Yeah.
Because then now they view it as a defense, like, you know, to the outsiders, and now we see like that's the reason why Wano's so hard, because since it's directed, the water, they make it where the waterfall that you have to go up to get to Wano.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, was this planned? Like, you know, because we all know in Ryuma's history that pretty much Wano kept getting attacked because it was called the City of Gold.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, was these corrected, and people probably assume that water would, like, that's kind of crazy thing that water's going to come down and destroy one city to create another one, so that their country would stop being attacked.
Yeah.
Because they said like nobles, pirates, like so many people kept on attacking Wano, and Ryuma, obviously they said Ryuma by himself. Obviously there's probably other people, but that was Ryuma's fame, that he fought these people and he beat them and he was undefeated. So that's when we think was this on purpose? Like they destroyed old Wano to protect the new Wano.
Yeah.
So that's how I was thinking. Like that's kind of crazy if that is true. And now, like what later on what they explain, but that it's kind of crazy. Like their thought, like they did this on purpose. Granted, but also that city's still intact.
Okay.
And we finally see like the third poneglyph, like the third one, that was pretty dope. Did we talk about the ancient weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, like about
yeah, that's the end of the Sukiyaki and their moment for the chapter.
Oh, saying about the being destroyed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything that's up to date, bro. Okay. Everything else after that is just Green Bull and Shanks.
So that brings into mind like, well, because we don't they assume, but we don't know if Odin wants the weapon to be used.
Yeah.
He just said that he wants Wano to be open its borders, but we find out that opening the borders and Pluton are connected.
Yep.
That you have to open the Wano's borders to get the weapon of Pluton out. Mm-hmm. But they never stated that that's what Odin wanted. He just wanted to open Wano's borders. So I'm thinking we don't know if Odin wants to use that weapon in the future for because what he learned.
Yeah.
So I just feel like a question did Odin want to use this weapon? Like knowing that it's there, because he's like the Suzuki family, so he knows that the weapon's there. Now he has an ancient history from Raftail, going to what he knows. Does he want that weapon to be used?
Yeah,
that's the question I'm thinking. And the question I don't know if Odin would want that, because
well, if you want to open the borders, he knows what the truth is, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, using that weapon, because you could still open the Wano's borders and not use the weapon.
If you open the borders of Wano, you release Pluton, and you make Wano country available to be attacked.
Yeah, but we could...
No matter what you think, if Odin said, I want to open the borders, that's what that means. He's releasing Pluton into the world, and he's giving up the natural defenses of which whatever happens with opening the borders.
But that goes into my other question that if you're using it as defense, then why don't you just use Pluton as a defense instead of that?
Because Pluton could be brought into the wrong hands.
But they have Pluton.
They do. But Pluton can also be used for other means.
He was saying using Pluton probably to protect Wano.
Yeah.
Again, if they can't keep Pluton out of other people's hands and it's taken by somebody else, that means that somebody else would be able to use it against them.
That's true. True, I guess. But we still also don't know what Pluton is fully, but okay.
Yeah. Are you finished?
No, let somebody else go.
Oh, Law?
So, this is it's interesting because, thinking about it, right? They kept talking about opening up Wano. We all trying to figure out what exactly does that mean,
yeah.
Right? Because you guys are secluded, but we still see people able to get to it, right? So now we figure out. Now we can get a better understanding of what opening Wano really means. They're probably I think Lano mentioned it. They're probably talking about the Wano on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't access that at all. Well, this Wano, we've seen Luffy and others access it, right? So it's kind of hard to find, but Big Mom accessed it. An Admiral accessed it. Luffy accessed it. People are able to access this, So if you really want to, you can, right? But before it's opening up its borders. I guess maybe is it making it public? No, but they're saying protective walls, right? So they're mainly talking about.
It's more than just that.
Yeah,
it's the whirlpools at the bottom too.
Exactly. So and then it goes back to what Lano mentioned about Ryuma, right? Because then what Lano mentioned too is that Ryuma was constantly fighting by everyone. So you could kind of look at that situation as Wano had to be opened up because they're constantly being attacked. The City of Gold by pirates, by nobles, by anyone that wanted the fame, the fortune of Wano, but also wanted to fight Ryuma, right? So we don't, and they said 800 years ago. So that could predate Ryuma before that time. And this is probably, I said this before too, this is probably why Wano closed up because of what was here. I don't know if it always had the ancient weapon Pluton, but think of now it had the ancient weapon Pluton and the City of Gold.
Yeah.
So it's you could and legit rule the world in a way. If you get both under your belt, right? So this probably closed Wano up away from everybody. right? Eventually, I don't know if saying the walls were built. It could have been built. It would make sense. But then it kind of backfired on them in a way.
Thank you.
Thank you. You could say it kind of backfired because you had to lose your home, but also hid the real value of Wano underneath it all, right? So then opening up would have to mean destroying these walls to access the old Wano, right? What was left 800 years ago, right? Because no one really knows about it. Oda, and it's only in that family line, so the only ones that know about it is right now, besides from like Robin and, you know, Kaido, Robin, and that, but it's only Odin's father and Odin. I don't know do we know that Momosuke knows that this is down here?
Momo does not know.
Yeah,
He does not know, right?
No.
He did read Odin's journal.
Okay, he did
So
read
it's not confirmed he knows. But if he read Odin's journal, yes.
Because I'm going back to, thank you. Because I'm going back to what he said.
We're going to get to the super chats, guys. Give us 1 second.
Because I mean, go back, remember Momo's decision. I'm going to close, I'm not going to open up. So it's like, does he know what that means, you know?
Yes.
Does that mean...
We have to assume he knows.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I think is very interesting here. And then that Pluton. So like now, it makes you think of like, why is Pluton so attached to the country that if you open up these borders that everyone has access to Pluton, you know?
Yeah.
Like is it Wano itself, you know? Or is it like, because it could be built, you know? So it's like very interesting on that aspect of like the Pluton's attachment to, well, because we all thought it was like a ship, right? Or a possible ship, you know? Because like shipwrights had the blueprints. But now it's like, no, it's attached to a great city. A city of fame, of power, and like, you know, so it's like, what exactly is Pluton that if you destroy these mountains, boom, it's available to everyone?
You actually maybe start thinking of, there also could be a reason why they closed the border.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it
what
could
I'm
have been the war that happened in the 4th century.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever linked Wano towards that war, but I'm trying to think it might have been also because of that too.
Yeah.
So that's actually when you explaining that, it made me think of that too.
And it's funny because like you mentioning that it's kind of opening up more players that possible took part in the war, because we have the D's, we have the city of Wano, we have the Lunarians, and more people that like kind of like 800 years ago they were flourishing. You know,
Thank
you, Oz.
Like they were flourishing. So it's like, did those 20 kingdoms attack them all? Like attack the D's, attack the Lunarians, attack Wano, and like start. Because, I mean, 20 kingdoms, you kind of have the power to do so. Because, so it's like, I'm thinking all these, like, this great war that they wanted to hide, Oda's going to reveal to a hopeless, but, like, this is a lot here, a lot of players. I think a lot more players are adding into it. Because a lot of things went down 800 years ago, you know? And it says we learned 2 more of it. Like, we already kind of saw the D's, or we mostly thought it was, all right, maybe it was just the D family against the world government. But now the Lunarians, they were prominent 800 years ago. Wano was different 800 years ago, and like I forgot there's another one too. But like I think we're getting more players to this war.
Yeah.
That Oda's alluding us to.
Okay. You done?
Yeah. What'd you think?
So, here's my actual thoughts. Pluton is a ship, and I think that anybody that thinks otherwise is just fooling themselves at this point. I think when you make something too complicated, it becomes worse. And I think we have a pirate show. Boats, water, they're a thing. This is a boat. And the reason why I say it's a boat is because Iceberg said it was a boat. When Iceberg received the blueprints from Tom also said it was a boat. Iceberg also built this boat. Frankie was like, can humans even build this? Then we get Crocodile saying, yo, this Pluton ancient weapon, with one shot, can vaporize an entire island. What shoots something? A boat. Granted, we don't know what the source was of information that Crocodile got this from, right? So we gotta take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But then we find out that the Gorosei actually know that it's also a boat. So they send CP9 to Water 7 to obtain the blueprints. Then we see blueprints, actual blueprints. Frankie shows us the blueprints and says, yo, there's Pluton literally on the blueprints. And then he burns it because he doesn't want anybody to have it. The only reason that the shipwrights from ancient times built Pluton, because it was built on Water 7, they built it and made blueprints for it because the blueprints were supposed to be passed down to other people in the future. Because if that Pluton ever got out of control, another one could be built to combat it. So it's a ship I don't care what anybody says. And this is where I'm going to prove it even more, right? And thank you to Parvision, because I didn't watch Parvision stream, but he also thought the same way. And then he found something out that I didn't realize. But do you guys remember what happened right before Nami and everybody got to Wano? What did Nami say about the weather and the water? Do you remember?
No.
I don't remember what she said now.
Nami said that water like this doesn't happen. This isn't the cause of water. These whirlpools are not natural occurring. And then Sanji noticed that the gold koi fish that were in Wano going up the river, they only survive in fresh water, right? So when I thought about it, I said, okay, so if this is a boat, if this is a little boat, this boat has a water filtration system inside of it. It was built like with a the water, it's like Brilla, whatever that water filtration is. The boat is doing that, and it's causing these crazy wave currents around Wano. So if they open up Wano, they open up the boat, that water ceases to exist. So there's no more whirlpools. It's so crazy how strong Pluton is, because Pluton was making the whirlpools, but it was also affecting the weather. If you think about it. So it's like, why do I say it's affecting the area itself besides that? Well, because when we saw Wano, the old Wano of 800 years ago, the water was so naturally mineralized with nutrients and stuff like that. It had preserved structures itself. So the walls around Wano 800 years ago, I don't know how that started. But what I do know is that if Pluton is undersea and it's under the earth or wherever it is under Wano, it's filtrating water at such a high degree that it's like doing so much for the environment. So if they open up the borders, that's it. They lose the filtration system that's happening. They lose everything. So it goes, in my mind, I'm like, I think Pluton is the most dangerous weapon known to man. And why do I say that? It's because Crocodile even said himself that in ancient times, this was considered the most powerful weapon during their time. So I think it's more powerful than Poseidon. And I think it's more powerful than Uranus. Because Poseidon necessarily is a bunch of fish and it could sink the world, right? But I think Pluton could probably fly. Pluton is able to change the environment of its own will. So if Uranus is able to control the clouds, Pluton can just change the clouds against it as well. Like, it could combat that. So it makes me think, like, okay, so what happens? Like, how would Pluton be defeated? And the only answer the ancient shipwright builders ever said was, we have to build another one. It wasn't Poseidon. It wasn't Uranus. They said we have to build another one. So you get into some generally interesting stuff, right? Where you're saying, okay, so how did the ship get over there to Wano? Like, why is it in Wano? Well, it made me think that maybe Water 7 was a part of the ancient kingdom at one point, and Wano was too. Zunisha was probably supposed to bring the ship over to Wano for some peculiar reason. But we just don't know, right? That might be fulfilled with the promise. And the reason why I say that is because when Momonosuke spoke to Zunisha, Zunisha was there because probably Momo called it, but Momo spoke directly to Zunisha and said, yo, I'm not going to open the borders. And then Zunisha said, okay, I'm out. Why did Momo say that to Zunisha and then Zunisha just left? What was the point of Zunisha coming there anyway? I think Zunisha has a specific role with Pluton overall. And the reason why I say that is because Momonosuke and Yamato read Odin's journal. But I think there was 2 pages missing, and that was what the One Piece was. But I think overall, Pluton was described and its goal and what it's supposed to mean. So overall, I think it's a ship, bro. It's literally a ship.
I want to say one thing. Which one? That's interesting, and it makes sense that be a ship. So you're thinking, like, are you trying to say it's a small ship or a big ship?
It's a ship, probably huge, to the point where it's big enough to take out Sea Kings.
Okay, because that's my ring point. Because
Like it can vaporize an island.
Mm-hmm.
So think about this. Who else was able to vaporize an island to a degree? Ano.
Mm-hmm.
How did he build that giant lightning ball? Now imagine that with ease. Like what? Like what are we talking about? So to me, man, I really think that if you overcomplicate this and think it's Momonosuke is just a dollar general Shirahoshi. Because like at the end of the day, like Zunisha could be taken down. Like we seen Jack almost put the elephant down, right? Even though the elephant is dangerous, but at the end of the day, like we almost saw it get taken down. I can't picture somebody taking down a bunch of like sea kings like that. Like it's impossible. There's too many. They're too big. But Zunisha could get put down. So I think he's like a great value dollar general type of Shirahoshi. But he's not Pluton, bro.
No.
Pluton's a ship.
I don't know who said that Momo was Pluton. I never thought that. Like I don't. Same. That's news to me. That coming out.
Same.
But like the point you're bringing out is like the reason why. Because have you noticed like the ship thing, right? You're talking about moving it around, continent movers. But have you noticed the thing with Wano is that for some reason the animal life or the animal kingdom was heavily involved with them. We see the mink, we see Zunisha, right, who's a giant animal. But I'm going back now into like ancient Wano, and we're seeing giant bones, like the giant skull, right? So it could be an oars or it could be an animal. But the thing is, like, we don't know if that's friend or foe, right? We don't know if it died protecting Wano or it died trying to conquer Wano, right? But either way, its corpse is here. So the thing is that could have played a part. Like, for example, maybe Zunisha had other comrades, giant animals like him that supported Wano in his dream, you know, that helped protect Pluton or move it here, you know? So like that's what I thought of later on, because how big that thing is. You think about Zunisha, yeah, Zunisha doesn't have the horns, but that giant skull,
yeah,
it's probably the size of Zunisha's head, right? So it could have been like Zunisha had like could have had, I'm not gonna say it could have been the one before, the person before Joy Boy or whatever, but all I know is like, because I think Ryuma and why that giant skull there plays a part, because like they said that Ryuma, the reason why Wano is the way it is, or the founder of they link it to Ryuma. Yeah. Right? So if all these places are part of it, right, and it's hidden, Ryuma plays it, so he was the protector of it when his borders were possibly open up, being the city, Wano in its prime, the city of gold.
Yeah. And so we don't know why it's called the City of Gold either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's never been stated.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So it's interesting to see that there is more to it than we actually think.
Yeah. But
I think overall people should just stop thinking that it's a person. We've had way too many instances of people saying it's a weapon, it's a ship.
They got sucked up because whatchamacallit, Poseidon we know is a person, and we found out it's Shirahoshi.
And I think that's the reason why, right? Yeah. It's because they think that Uranus is Vivi, because she could probably generate clouds and stuff and possibly bring the world to an ice age. Yeah. But the thing is, Shirahoshi's considered a reincarnation to a degree. And why do we say that? Because we directly spoke to Neptunians, who are sea kings. And the Neptunians said, our sovereign is born once every few centuries. Yeah. That's reincarnation. But when we're speaking about Pluton, even though Poseidon was passed down through the royal family through generations, just the knowledge of it, this got passed down through blueprints. So they're both very similar. And also, Odahime makes a great point. She says, whoever decides to guide Shirahoshi, her power could be either used for good, to bring the dawn, or be used for malicious purposes. The same thing can be said with... Thank you. The same thing could be said with Pluton itself. But that's why the ancient shipwright builders on Water 7 gave blueprints to build another one, to combat it. And it's like, there's very similar situations with each ancient weapon. And what's really crazy is that Poseidon is in the water, Pluton is under the earth, which is named after Hades, basically the underworld ruler. So it's so dope to see like it's following rhythm at the same time. And it really, you know, we didn't even mention it, but like Robin never spoke about what the poneglyph in the first floor meant. She never said anything. She only said that there's a road poneglyph, and then the poneglyph that Sukiyaki's room had, she never said anything.
That's true.
The other time she did that was in Alabasta. So Alabasta on land said that Pluton was under the earth. So it's like maybe the one that she's about to read too is going to be for another ancient weapon somewhere else. Because when we found Poseidon, we heard about it from Sky Island.
Yeah.
So I think that it's in different places, and Parr brought that up too, that these things might be in different places to lead to other directions. So we're probably going to find out soon where Uranus is, but we're probably going to find out, I don't know, under the water.
Yeah.
Like that's what probably that one poneglyph is. That's probably mentioning where Uranus is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also some poneglyphs just kind of just give like some history. They don't really tell you about all that stuff. So
I think this is going to be different.
Yeah. I think they said I was looking at the road. What's it called? The with rocks road draft. I think they said there's 9 poneglyphs that give information about the war, like the ancient history. And there's 4 road poneglyphs, and those are the ones that matter. The rest of them are just whatever. But there's 9 that talk about the ancient history, and then there's 4 road poneglyphs. And also, I'm fine with Shirahoshi being Poseidon, but I didn't think other ancient weapons would be people, because I feel like that's just like how many that's 2 people that are ancient weapons. I feel like, all right, come on.
Yeah, so I have that same mindset where I'm like, I don't think that ancient weapons should be people.
Exactly.
I think Poseidon being a mermaid is fine. Yeah. Like, I'm completely fine with that.
Exactly.
But Uranus should be something intangible, because it makes me think of observation hockey. The same way Pluton is like armament hockey, and then Poseidon is like conquerors hockey, and it's like 3-3. I think that, Morge brought that up. That I always bring it up too, that hockey relevance between the ancient weapons. And I just feel like, please make Pluton a ship. Don't make it anything else. Make Uranus something intangible. And it shows you something like observation would. So I thought it was super interesting because I'm actually making a theory video about it, and I started it today. But I'm going to piece everything together so you guys can see what I'm actually talking about. Because I'm debunking all the Pluton as a person type of theories, and I'm showing you like the actual evidence of probability. Like, this is 98% true. So it's gonna come out because Parr said he's not doing it. So hold on. So let's go to the final question, and then we're gonna go to calls.
Wait, super chats.
We're gonna do super chats. All right, let me get to this real quick.
Yeah, I was about to say super chats.
Yeah, got this, bro. Got it. We had so many super chats here. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry we got to him so late. We got really deep in our conversation.
Yeah, that's a great part of the chapter. That's why. So Rose of Darkness said, how did Moria dig up Ryuma grave if old Wano is underwater? We never knew where Ryuma was buried.
Yeah. I think they probably bung up certain... Because even you look at all the swords, They
said that he was buried with his sword, and then it was dug up. But... we don't know where Ryuma was, technically. Yeah. Like, did they say that he was in the graveyard in Wano?
I think so.
No,
I don't remember.
No, to me, honestly, the only thing I can think of is how much they kind of take, being buried in, like, that, their ancestor or whatever. Because it's so long ago. They probably brung up,
yes, I
like,
think so
they
too.
valued that as treasure or as important. Like, they called his sword a national treasure. Yeah. So they're probably when they saw where Wano was going, we got an abandoned home, they probably took all their treasures, their valuable things, up with them to that place. That's the only explanation.
I think they said that they put Odin or somebody next to Ryuma's, burial place. Yeah. And Odin died,
Yeah.
So I think that it's up top. It's not underwater.
Yeah. Okay. Akazaya 9 versus 7 Swordsmen of the Mist says insatiable hunger for $2. Thank you, insatiable. You gotta go Akazaya 9, bro. You gotta. 7 Swordsmen of the Mist is Naruto.
Oh.
They would get smacked, bro. Except for Kisame, because that dude went mad hard.
Yeah.
Everybody else getting smacked. Jack, why? He says Vanderdecken was a fisherman with a devil fruit. He couldn't swim. He needed coating to move. That is a great point. Yo, maybe Jack really didn't have it, yo.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack, for that.
Appreciate it.
Even though your name is Jack. Oz with the $10. Thank you. He said, what if all of Wano is Pluton and the weapon is Mount Fuji, a moving island kind of like what Iceberg is making blueprints for? I think the moving island is just more of like Iceberg's definition of what it should be, because he was against building Pluton, any kind of it.
Yeah.
Because Frankie was like, yo, maybe we should try building that. And then Iceberg punched him in the head and was like, yo, stop being an idiot. So I think Iceberg wouldn't be able to do that. Also, thank you. I'm not saying that name. Said Buggy D Clown with the $5. Come on, bro. All right. Colin Usu says, what if Nika raised the walls by turning the rock to rubber and stretching it? That is really good.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
That might be great.
Oh, you think that Nika closed the borders?
He thinks Nika closed the borders to protect Pluton or keep Pluton a secret. I don't know.
That's actually, because I always wonder how.
Yeah.
And
that's actually a really dope.
Yeah.
We just got to figure out when that was. Thank you guys, Celestial
Thank
Dragon.
you.
I'm reading the super chats now, so I'm gonna get to it. Don Coco with the $1. He didn't say anything, but thank you, Don, for the $1.
thank you.
Next time, say something. If not, we're gonna have to throw hands. Insatiable Hunger with the $5. Thank you again.
Thank you.
He says some of the largest sea kings are 5,000 meters tall. We've heard of certain sea kings gulping down islands. I wonder if Neptune is training Shirahoshi. Come on, bro.
What? Is it something bad? I don't know.
Yo, bro.
That's his daughter.
I can't
okay?
even make it clear to Lino, bro. Buggy D Clown with the $5 says, where does Buggy scale on the top 30? Considering the mid diffs.
Thank you.
Considering he mid diffs Shanks and Mihawk.
What? Wow.
Bro, stop whatever drugs you're taking. Please. Do
Like
it for your
Buggy's-
family. Do it for if you have kids, do it for them.
You gotta put emojis to that and everyone know you're joking because that was such a wild
Yeah,
statement.
you gotta put emojis in there. Celestial Donkey donates $20. Thank you. He says, birthday today, and your show made it 10 times better today. One, shout out to you, Celestial Donkey. Happy birthday. Yeah, you caught us on one of our greatest episodes because the internet's not working correctly. So hopefully it does well. Thank you for participating. Also, it's your birthday, bro. Why are you donating to us? Anyway, Insatiable Hunger with the $5 says, what is the voice of all things? Is it the god of One Piece? Is it the Cloud Baterman, a form in which it takes? Is it like the truth in Full Metal? Basically, what is the voice of all things he's saying? And
It's, you know, to me, from what we understand with the show, is basically, you could kind of compare it to like Conquerors, where not everyone's born with it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, everyone's born with Haki, as in observation, everyone's born with armament. But Conquerors, you're only 1 in a million are born with it.
Yeah.
And voice of all things seems to be maybe even rarer than being born with Conquerors. It is basically, you're allowed to hear or sense the voice of living things or inanimate objects.
Yeah.
So it's like pretty much kind of like you could look at it, I guess, this way. Each thing in One Piece has some like a voice or a presence or a vibration that they're giving off that the person who's able to hear it is able to pick up and understand and read
so
it.
basically we don't know what it is, bro.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. It really comes down to observation.
Yeah, you could think it's like a really ridiculous advance of observation.
It's like advanced Conqueror's coding, but just like observation.
Yeah.
It's like observation, future sight, then voice of all things.
Yeah.
Or you just want to go, it's simply put, it's telepathy with everything.
Yeah. And then we got Don Coco again, who donated the $1 and didn't say anything. He donated $10. And he said, my fault, but with all the Buggy slander, we may have to. Take your $10 back. Take it back.
Why do people rival Buggy so much?
I don't get it, bro. All right.
Because he makes y'all laugh. Is that
All
what
right,
it
final
is?
question, and then we're gonna get to calls.
Okay.
So finally, we get back. We go back to versus. Finally, we go back to Green Bull versus Yamato Momonosuke and the Scabbards. Green Bull announces that the only reason and others like him couldn't invade Wano because of Kaido's strength. Yamato wants to ask Luffy to assist them, but Momonosuke says no. He doesn't want to ask for help from people who will leave Wano. Then how can they even protect themselves, right? Meanwhile, this is happening. Momonosuke is trying to summon a blast breath, but it doesn't happen until he starts crying, and all of a sudden, he uses blast breath, which tears apart Green Bull entirely, and he's actually hurt. Then Momo does another. Green Bull starts to reform himself like Groot, and then all of a sudden, we see Conqueror's Haki come out of nowhere. It stops Green Bull in his tracks. Then we see a silhouette of Shanks and Green Bull immediately recognizing... Then we see Green Bull immediately recognize it is Shanks. Basically, Green Bull says, yo, I'm not ready for y'all. And Shanks talks to Green Bull and says, are you afraid of the new age that much? Right? Then Green Bull says he'll leave. From a cliff, Luffy, Zoro, Jinbei, and Sanji
Really, Larry? I can't.
are watching the whole thing go down, and Luffy smiles because he knows whose Haki it is. What did you guys think of the end of the chapter? And I wish Sebastian was here,
Yeah,
bro.
seriously, bro.
Go ahead,
I was
Lawrence.
gonna
Go
come
ahead,
at
Lawrence.
you, bro.
Go ahead, Lawrence.
Gonna come at you.
Say what you guys say, man, so we can take these calls, bro.
All right. So first, I want to say, Momo developing. Like I said, this is what I was talking about earlier about the Momo thing. I'm gonna keep Momo thing short because the heavier stuff is coming. Momo thing about but this is the type of attitude I want. He said, no, we got to stand on our own 2 feet. We can't keep relying on other people to fight our battles for us because we wouldn't be able to survive as a nation. Especially, too, look at Wano's history. They're constantly being attacked, constantly people going after them. Momo understands this. He's like, yo, people are going to leave Wano, not going to be here. I don't need you fighting for me. Yeah. We have to fight for ourselves. So I love that attitude of Momo and whipping out Blast Breath to affect an admiral. So that was dope. Like, pretty much. So I guess like we talk about the fire thing. Certain levels could possibly affect him, depending on. I guess I'm not gonna say Momo has Haki, but you have to reach a certain level. Like there's levels to armor, there's levels to your ability, there's levels to different degrees of fire, right? But I love the attitude from Momo and Chon right here too. One thing to add is that Momo even saying to Yamato, you're going to leave. You want to leave. You should leave. Not putting part of the scabbards and what makes me like, where is Yamato gonna go? Straw Hats. So in your face about it. I'm kidding. We don't got confirmation yet, but it's looking more like it. I could be wrong, but yeah. So then, but now I want to get into him growing back from a plant. Him growing back from a plant is dope because like that's awesome because like you said, when we talk about the plant thing, like he could be kind of gone and just grow from out of nowhere from like a little seed to a plant. That's pretty dope from him. But now to the stuff I really want to get to, right? Or remember what we were talking about with Shanks' is strength, right? Yeah. I'm not going into like I say he has the best showing out of Yonko, but we see here from this far of a distance, right?
Bro, you want to know how far it is?
Yo.
Bro, he's on the bottom of Wano, like in the sea.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't.
Yeah. Bro, he's in the sea.
Right here. You see it?
Like he's on the bottom of Wano.
That's where Shanks is, and
bro,
that's where they are.
Do you know where the flower capital is? It's in the middle of Wano. He passed like a whole country.
He traveled his Conqueror's Haki in a way to stop completely an admiral, shut him down. This dude was just like, oh, like he was like, what? He couldn't move. But also, this is again, I'm talking about like Shanks' Conqueror's Haki, right? It's interesting because he's able to communicate his words through it.
Yeah, that's his observation.
You think he's
observation is about sensing.
Yeah.
So he's like, right now, Shanks is showing Beast's observation and King's position at the same time.
Yo, because like it traveled. The thing is, right? This to me, when we talk about the difference between the Yonkos and Amros, again, furthering what we said, or what I guess I said a lot too, but like this dude shut an Amro down with just his conquerors.
Yup.
Just his conquerors. He was like, all right. What had him stuck, not being able to move, not able to fight, do anything, then made him lose his will to like continue going after Luffy. When we saw he was very avid about it. So that's showing right here that Amros are not the level of Yonkos, to me. At the very least, Greenable, but like I don't see other Amros could fight Shanks or fight other admirals. I mean, fight other Yonkos. And him shutting that down just like off his conquerors shows a ridiculous amount of cards. Even too, going further on, is that I thought it was dope the entire time that the Straw Hats knew what was going on, and they just like,
just chilling.
and then they're just like, we didn't get a chance to fight, man. Like, all right,
Yeah.
it's cool, right? But they sensed it too, right? And I then sort of notice how, and I'm gonna say this too, like the 4 that rolled up. Because I know people are going to like the monster trio is not going to change. I'm not saying that they're going to change, right? Because it's still always going to be. This is my thoughts: Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, monster trio. But what would be the problem of adding someone else in that group to be among
Listen,
the
you can still have a monster trio, but you ain't third strongest. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's-
Sanji's not losing his spot,
I'm
but
just
it's
saying-
going to be 4.
I'm just saying, I
and
get you.
Yamato 5.
I get you, but the lineup showed right there who's like Luffy sitting right here in the middle.
Yo,
Zoro's
you and
on
these,
his right.
yo,
Zoro's on his right,
listen. You
and
and
Sanji's on his left.
you and these
I'm just
lineups,
saying.
bro.
I'm
You need
just
to
saying.
stop, bro.
Oda did that on purpose.
Oh, the same way he didn't just add Big Mom into Kaido's picture above Luffy's head.
Yeah.
Yo, what are we talking about, bro?
I'm just saying.
And also,
Stop.
and she was able to do it anyway. So
Stop, bro.
that lineup doesn't really matter
Stop.
because
we know Yamato's stronger
I'm
than
just
Sanji,
saying.
bro.
I'm just saying. Left and right wing. I'm just saying. Left
Listen,
and right
again,
wing.
that's
That's
fine.
you can be all that. You can be all that. You can call yourself the monster tree. I don't care. But at the end of the day, we know who third strongest, bro. Once she enters the crew, that's it.
I mean, she could.
But anyway, Lawrence, you done?
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Lionel.
Go ahead, Lionel.
I mean, all right. See, now you got me thinking of other stuff. All right. So, no, I thought it was really dope with, like, again, Degree of Fire. I'm actually just going to skip that. I'm going to Shanks. Pretty much actually remind me again of, like, what we saw pre-time skip.
Yeah.
A major war happened, then who showed up at the end? Shanks. And I feel like Oda obviously did it on purpose, but again, like, and I think they wrote it in they wrote this in Ace's magazine and in The Road to Laughter. There we go, The Road to Laughter, about Shanks getting mad.
Yeah.
And period, it's a thing that, Shanks is like, he's a cool dude or whatever, and Shanks is strong, but there's a fear there when Shanks is mad. Like, the world government knows that, and other people know it. Like, when Shanks gets mad, it's like, you don't want to fight this man. And like that again, Shanks got angry.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not saying the Green Ball got scared. I'm not saying whatever. And people could argue he was also referring to not just Shanks, the Red Hair Pirates, because Shanks was with his crew. Admiral can't take on the whole pirate ship. Whatever. But regardless of what you think, Shanks did it again. Shanks came to something and he stopped it.
Yeah.
Just like the Marineford War. He stopped the war in a way. Again, everybody was done fighting, whatever. But Shanks came there and said, pretty much, if you want to fight someone, you can fight me. And we saw the same result. At the Marineford War, they stopped. All right, now we're good. We're done fighting. And Green Ball, like he said that, you're coming after Luffy and he I don't know why Shanks thought of Luffy and them as kids or whatever, but like he thought them as kids and said, yo, pretty much, if you want to fight somebody, fight me. And Green Ball's like, nah, I'm good. Like, and he dipped, he left. But again, we just see like a Yonko level, like people might think Shanks might have the strongest hockey as a Yonko. And it seemed like he might, honestly. It might seem like he might have the strongest like hockey we've seen out of the Emperors, like since the level. And again, we see that the Straw Hats sensed it. So I'm just like, I thought it was really dope, and hopefully, again, I'm getting excited because we're probably going to see more of Shanks.
Yeah.
Like, it's Shanks' time, and I'm ready for it.
All right. Finish?
Yeah.
I wish Sebastian was here, dog. I wish he was here, bro. You lucky you got sick, dog. Yo, bro. Lucky he got sick. Because it's Yonko over Admirals, bro. And I've been said it, bro. And I'll say it again, bro. Yonko's over Admiral. You know who gets put down? Aokiji, Kizaru, and freaking Akainu, dog. All going down 2 points. Because we out here got Green Bull. We got Green Bull out here saying, damn, yo, I don't want no sauce for Shanks. I don't want no sauce. You know who else said that? Blackbeard. All right? When he said that, after he got the Quake ability. Yeah. So I don't want to hear nothing from nobody, bro, talking about, yo, Shanks ain't even that strong. He ain't got no feats, bro. Yo, he just sent his Conqueror's hockey like a telephone pole to Wano, in the middle of Wano. And literally stopped an Admiral in place, bro.
Yeah,
literally,
couldn't move.
He couldn't even use his ability.
Yeah,
and then you know what he did?
You know what?
I'm going to leave. Yo, come at me again, bro. Larry with the worst takes. Y'all don't know nothing, bro. This is why I exist. To let y'all know that y'all be wrong, bro.
Sebastian hating.
Now that I'm done.
Sebastian hating on
Now
Shanks.
that I'm done. Yeah, Sebastian punching the air right now, bro. His girl ducking at home and shit. Listen, bro, I'm telling you, man.
For other things, like I said before, strongest conquerors in the series.
Yo, I'm telling you
Shanks.
right now, bro. I've been said that Shanks and I've been said that hockey is the end all be all. If you do not have hockey, you can shut Devil Fruits down completely.
Yeah.
And the fact is, this man specializes in that type of hockey. If you have basic ass hockey like Marco, if you have basic ass hockey like Blackbeard, you are not going to be as strong as somebody like Shanks. That's it. That's all it's ever been. And anybody that thinks differently, y'all reading no piece. Y'all not reading between the lines correctly. And that's where it really comes down to. That's it, bro. Like the discussion is over.
Yeah.
Discussion is over.
Just saying what I said. I mean, it's still not fully valid, but what I said before, I said the best showing for the Yonko. Remember, I chose Shanks.
Listen, bro, Sebastian's a bum, and everybody needs to realize that, bro. All right. So next time he come on the show, I want beef. I want to talk, Sebastian.
Parv
You better
said,
come here fully healthy.
Parv said Wi-Fi hockey is real.
But yo, bro, like, I looked at this and I said, wow. Like, the dude stopped in base.
Yeah, seriously.
So you know how we said, like, base admiral's got to be like a 90? Yeah. Greenbow we had at 93. Bro, he got to be like a 91 right now. Because if we being real, like, Shanks stays where he stays. He's stronger than Kaido, in my opinion. He has to be, based on his hockey feats.
Yeah, I would say that.
He has to be stronger than most people on the show. And I think that, like, it comes down to that Mihawk and Shanks conversation, right? Like, at the end of the day, is Shanks' sword slash getting tossed away by Joe's? Hell no. I don't want to hear it. Yo, Whitebeard on his deathbed, you said almost 2-shot at a Kainu, right? We talking about full, healthy, in prime Shanks. Tearing Kaido's ass up, bro. I would even go as far as Kaido tearing his ass up, too. Like, at the end of the day, like, Yonko are superior to Admirals, and it's the reason why Admirals were never sent with 3 high-level ranking Marine officers that could take on commanders and a small fleet and just go dominate a Yonko's territory. Why? Because they weren't strong enough. And that was so obvious from the get. But everybody wants to make these excuses of why, like, they can't do that because they can't spread out. Nah, bro, they couldn't do it because they were weak. And that's it.
Yo, they even... Greenbow even said it, and this, remember, because he just joined, but he said the reason why they stayed away from Wano is Kaido's presence itself. That gives you right here that the Admirals couldn't take Kaido.
That means that Akainu looked at it and said, "You right. I can't go over there. Because he gonna put me down. He gonna put me in my place. And my justice not gonna be fulfilled." He started crying in front of the Gorosei. And they said, "Why you crying?"
I'm fighting for my...
But anyway, Marv, go to the phone calls. We done with that topic, bro.
We're gonna do the average. What's that?
Did we get any messages?
Oh, do the BetterHelp sponsorship before we do the calls. My bad. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you been struggling lately? Maybe you're having trouble sleeping, difficulty with a relationship, or just struggling from low self-esteem. Listen, I've been there. We've been there. If so, then today's BetterHelp wants to help you. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Talk to your therapist in a private, online environment at your own convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire, simple as that, to help assess your specific needs. And then you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Then you schedule a secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages and everything you share is completely confidential. I happened to sign up at one point regarding my confidence issues. Next thing you know, my confidence issues are not issues anymore. I'm doing pretty well in that area. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Special offer goes out to all that One Piece Talk listeners. You get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TOPT. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TOPT. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode.
Shanks
Tell
is
Sanji to
green
get
right
his
now.
ass up.
He's showing
Start
beast
using some
observation.
hockey.
What are you
Out
talking
here using fire abilities.
He's using
Sanji better get his ass up and start using hockey.
He's using observation right
Go
now.
ahead, Marv.
I'm just saying, he's using observation right now.
We got the butter.
Hey, how's it going? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Nerd Taku.
Hey, what's up,
what's up,
Taku? How are you, brother?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys?
I'm all right, man.
All right.
Just
Not
out
too
here
bad.
mad hyped.
So hey, I got to weigh in on this Jack stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
So first thing, I just want to say now we have seen Oda talk about a few things when it comes to like if you're submerged in water or something like that, that your devil fruit ability doesn't work. But I think that it might be the difference between seawater and fresh water. I think that the reason that this fresh water is different is
That is
because
true.
it doesn't have any salt in it.
I forgot about that.
Because if you remember back in Thriller Bark, they were using salt to basically nullify Moria's devil fruit and send the shadows back to their original host. So I think that the salt in the water is actually what makes the devil fruits not work. So I think Jack did have his fruit when he was doing that. I don't think he was swimming, but I think that he was walking on the bottom of the old Wano.
That's true.
Yo, yeah, you actually have a point because also too, what they say with the sea, right? They say the reason why abilities become hammers or they lose their strength is that the sea emits an energy that nullifies the fruits.
So you think that Pluton cancels out that energy?
Well, because they said the rain filled up with salt water, so like it wasn't seawater, it was rainwater. So that's not, it wouldn't emit the same energy as the sea. So it wouldn't,
true.
it really
That
wouldn't,
is true.
It wouldn't affect the abilities. That's what you're saying, right? It wouldn't affect the ability users as it would the sea because it's not emitting the same energy as the sea. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and that's why I also think Sea Prism Stone is really interesting because I think when they're molding the metal, they're putting salt in it, and that's why it negates their abilities.
So when Luffy takes a shower, is it like done? Like he can't move?
No, he should because he shouldn't be using sea salt or seawater in the shower.
Well, that might not be true because when they were on Skypiea, Luffy fell into the white water and he couldn't move.
In the Skypiea.
When he fell into the water, and then they had to go save him.
You mean the clouds when he just?
Yeah.
No, but he just dropped. No, when? What are you talking about?
When he fell, when they first got to Skypiea, he fell into the white ocean. And then he like sunk like a hammer. He was about to sink all the way down back into the
But
blue.
remember, that's like clouds though. That wasn't real water. Because like remember when
What are you talking about? Where do you think rain comes from, bro?
No, yeah. No, I'm talking about like, but it's like it wasn't like your because I'm talking about Usopp. Remember what they
Lord
said
said
Usopp?
precipitation is a fairy tale.
Because remember when what was it when Robin kept stretching out her arms to say was that Luffy? She kept saying stretching out her arm. She kept making copies of her arm.
No, was it Usopp who fell?
It was Usopp who
Yeah, then Luffy
saved Luffy.
No,
Usopp
I
fell.
think Usopp fell. Luffy.
Yeah,
his arm to catch
and
Usopp.
Robin and Usopp used their ability to save Luffy. I mean,
don't
save
remember.
Usopp.
Yo,
bro.
I legit think I think it might have been
Because
Usopp.
Luffy stretched, but he reached the limit. Then she made
Because he
her
couldn't
arms
see
appear.
because the clouds. He couldn't see where
Yeah,
Usopp was.
then she made her eyes, then made arms to help grab Usopp. Because remember, it's not real.
Did he
sea.
get weak?
Because how he
I don't think so, actually.
Because you'll keep falling down. You'll
Yo,
fall
what
back
chapter
down
was
to Earth.
Skypiea? Now I gotta search it up.
No, because you'll keep falling back down to Earth because it's just clouds. You're gonna go straight through the clouds.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like your hammers were like, no, gravity's gonna kill you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right. I don't know. I thought
Yeah.
it was all bodies of water.
I think it has to
a good question.
because they always said, and that's a good point. I forgot about that. It's with the energy the sea emulates. That's what they always said.
Okay.
They said the energy gives off a certain energy that makes
I don't think you're gonna find it, though.
the ability users weak. So it's not just water; it has to be seawater, whatever the energy that they're releasing. They say that show from the beginning of the show, and they kept that same theme.
Yeah. All right. Then,
I also think like it's really funny because the chapter came out for us, at least TCB scans let it out. But then in the anime, they also had Big Mom fall into the water in Wano, and she was fine. She didn't like completely lose consciousness or anything. And even Prometheus went down into the water to save her, and he's made from her devil fruit. So you think that he would be able to not move in the water either, but he was able to go down, get her, and bring her back up. Now, I know that's anime, but still, regardless, I think the Wano water is different because of it being fresh water instead of that.
But
seawater.
Was Big Mom in the water though? Or did he get her before?
Yeah,
she
in the
fell
anime, it showed her fall into the
water.
actual water.
Because the Manga
Yeah, we can't depend on the anime.
Because the Manga doesn't show Big Mom falling
I'll
in the
tell you
water.
this. So to get the all bodies of water conversation out, Luffy did throw his hand into the clouds.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Robin put the eyes on top of his arms, and she was sweating. Luffy was sweating, but it necessarily wasn't because of the water. When Luffy pulled his arm back, he was having a hard time pulling it, and then he ended up pulling like 2 giant sea monsters with it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not all bodies of water. So Nerdtaku might be right.
But also too, like someone in the chat, correction for I guess what I was saying. It is weak and not nullified, so it makes you weak.
Yeah, but we don't know if it makes you weak inside of all bodies of water.
Parvisions, I think, said it's all bodies of water, but I'm not sure if it's all bodies because that always what the show said was like.
No, that wasn't a filler, bro. It's in the actual manga chapter 237. Anyway, anime is not canon. Most of anime is not canon, bro. I'm sorry.
I know. I just figured I would reference it because it was weird because we get the Jack thing one day and then like 2 days later we get Big Mom in the water and she's fine.
Yeah. Yo, what's up with these weird love chats?
Yeah, what is it? I keep
We
seeing
got
that too.
bots trying to like, you want to see me naked?
What? Yeah,
But anyway.
Yeah. Ignore
Yo.
that.
But thank you for that question. Nerd. Keep going.
Yeah, I just want to ask one more question.
Yeah.
Just to get the old gears rolling. So what do you guys think that Chopper's awakening would be? Like, we don't know if he's like the forest god or any of the other gods because we don't know a lot about the different Hitonomis. But what do you think his awakening would look like?
He'd just be a person.
Yeah. Who? He's become so human.
He just becomes full human with like a blue nose.
Well, again, a lot of the ability though had to do with knowledge.
Yeah,
right?
but it's just human knowledge.
Okay, but like, what if it like?
He's literally he's not mythical. He's none of that. He's just a human.
What if it like raised him to like Vegapunk level though? Like
I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, can it? Like, I don't know.
Because remember they said if a human ate it, they'll become like the smartest person.
They'll become more enlightened.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows, bro?
Chopper ate it and became a full-on.
He might be an
doctor.
activist, bro. I don't know, bro. We don't.
So like, it has to do with.
I think he would just be more human. He'd just be a human.
He would open up 100% of his brain.
I was just thinking the same thing, honestly.
Can I think like that?
Yo, his brain more open than mine's, bro. Dude
He's
is
a doctor. He's a doctor.
Yeah.
Off just one bite.
What do you think, nerd?
So I was actually thinking along the same lines. I was thinking that he actually becomes human like 100%, and he's able to use not just his brain power, but like his full body potential as well. So he just becomes ridiculously strong. Like, he would probably be able to use like all the techniques that CP9 and them use and just like be this incredible powerhouse, but in like a human form, and be thinking like 30 steps ahead at all times.
Oh, so like pretty much like he could like life return. Like he could like master life return to its complete form, you're kind of saying. Because I know life return is different from the CP9 techniques, but I do know like life return manipulates your body, like physical size and stuff, and that's like.
So you're saying that Chopper could become Rock Lee?
I
sort of.
I don't know.
I guess
Lawrence is screaming with hype right now. He's like, yo,
I was
glad,
thinking
bro.
that he would just be like ridiculously strong. Like he could use 100% of his muscles at like different times and be able to shift it. So like he could use his speed 1 second by putting all of his like 100% into his legs, and then all of a sudden go to 100% arms and just blast someone.
Like comes All Might and
Basically.
That'd be pretty cool.
Cause I think like he stops transforming. Like how we all thought like Luffy's Gear Fifth would be all his forms in one. Like Chopper, Chopper has to do jump point, he has to do guard point, but like he becomes like his awakening helps him become human, but also all the forms are in one. Like that.
Like Luffy was able to do everything in.
He'll just become handsome Squidward.
Again. Oh my goodness.
Just handsome Squidward. Oh man. All right, Nartaku, thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Hey, if you ever need anybody to fill in for Seb or anybody else, I'm over in PA just waiting.
Yeah, listen, man. You can fill up for Seb anytime, bro. Even if he's good that day, you can fill in, bro. But I'll talk to you later, nerd.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks
All
for
right,
calling.
talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right, later.
Have a good night.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Let's get that next caller in. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hola.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, man? Who are you and how are you?
My name is Gabriel. I asked for a shout out in the beginning of the stream.
Yeah.
Hey, Gabriel,
What's
what's
up,
going on?
Gabriel? How's it going, bro?
Good.
That's what's up, man. What's your question?
My question is, okay, as far as like, how do I put it? Shanks' hockey, right? We've never seen somebody throw their voice with the hockey like that. So, what do you guys think? This is like another level of the Conqueror's hockey, or what is it? What's your good take on it?
So this has been a conversation that's been happening ever since it's like people found out about it through spoilers. To me, it's just observation hockey.
Yeah.
And I think that, again, the voice of all things is just observation hockey. Because
You think it's observation coded with Conqueror?
no, I think that to me, it's just observation hockey at the extreme level where it's like rare for people. Like, for example, Momonosuke could do the voice of all things. But does he have Conqueror's hockey? Does he fit that form to say that he has Conqueror's hockey? And I would say no. So it would, to me, just based on Momonosuke being the example, observation hockey is for sure the reason why Voice of All Things is able to do so. I think what Conqueror's hockey can do is it can amplify your Voice of All Things to a degree, right? The same way when you're using armament hockey, and then you can infuse your Conqueror's hockey into it and create a more devastating attack. So I think that Shanks is using Conqueror's hockey with his Voice of All Things in order to reach Green Bull that far and talk to him. But overall, Voice of All Things is just observation hockey to me.
Yeah. Because I thought it was observation.
Okay, that kind of makes more sense than what I was. I was thinking it was just like coding it with Conquerors.
Because observation helps you sense where people are. So, like, he sensed Green Bull and he sensed Momo and all of them, but he admitted his king's position to let them know that I'm here. Then he uses observation to communicate back to the Green Bull to let him know pretty much, stop what you're doing or you're going to face me. So that's what I got, like, from it.
Yeah, we can even use Luffy as an example, right? When he was unconscious under the water. He wasn't using Conqueror's hockey at that moment.
Exactly.
He was using telepathy through Voice of All Things using observation. That observation is way more easier to access, I think, than armament and Conquerors.
Yeah. And I think they said, like, Morgan even broke out in one of his videos that observation is like mind rope. Like, you could kind of, like, in a weird way, portray your thoughts or whatever into that person's mind or vice versa. Mm-hmm. So in a way, that kind of gives into why they could actually probably hear what each other's saying. Because in a way, you're entering that person's mind or seeing a little bit what's going on in their mind.
Also, we should always put like a border between the hakis, right?
Yeah.
Like ultimately, all three of them are different. I think when you start blending in hakis into one another, you're gonna start thinking that all of them are just one haki overall,
Yeah.
and you can't do that. Like you have to say one's conqueror's haki, one's observation haki, and then you can blend them together.
You could blend them together.
Exactly. And this is where we're seeing like observation is being now considered some type of conqueror's haki because you're instilling your thoughts into somebody, which is like instilling your will. But that doesn't necessarily mean conqueror's haki, because conqueror's haki is way different than observation.
The only thing though is that I'll say is that we didn't get confirmation that Shanks has voice of all things. We haven't seen that from him yet. But also too, voice of all things, not everyone can do. It's
Exactly.
You have to be born with it.
Yeah. So it's like super rare. It's probably rarer than conquerors.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think so. Yeah, because I think there's a few people on that list. Like we're seeing a lot of conqueror users, but we only have like maybe 5 at max 7 voice of all things users.
No.
I think it's max.
We only got like 3.
Not 5.
Well, 2 are dead.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
2 are dead. 3 of them are alive right now.
Yeah.
So.
That little girl from Skype though,
Yeah, that's
and Kobe, I'm pretty sure is a voice of all things user.
That's
that could just be
that's just observation.
You think it's Kobe?
Yeah, please do not say Kobe has voice of all things, because then Par are gonna go in the chat and make a video, and then we're gonna have to watch it.
I just thought Kobe had
and then he's
regular
gonna make me
observation.
watch it on stream. It's just I'm not trying to do that. But thank you so much, Gabriel. Thank you for calling,
thank you.
brother.
Yeah, yes.
I really appreciate
thank you,
hearing
guys.
from you, man.
Yeah, and thank you for joining
Yeah,
us.
you guys make my week every Monday.
Oh, appreciate
Yeah,
that.
listen,
you.
man. You saying that makes my week.
yeah,
So
Same,
thank you.
all of
Yeah,
us.
call again, definitely.
Yeah, great to have you.
All right.
All right,
I'll
talk to
call
you
again
later.
next week.
All right,
You guys
man.
have
Have
a
a
good
good
one.
night.
Yeah, Aaron keeps Tate saying, "Yo, everyone keeps beating me today." We miss you, Aaron.
All right, Marv. Yeah, man. Par gonna be like Genjutsu, and I'm gonna be like, all right, let's watch it. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Yo, that's crazy. I wasn't the first caller today. I'm losing my touch.
The boy, what's up, man?
I'm losing my touch.
What up, Aaron?
So I wanted to continue the Shanks talk today.
Yeah.
My question is Shanks right now stronger than Prime Rayleigh?
In my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, we were kind of tiptoeing that line last time, like we weren't sure. But after this showing, like,
Well, for me, it was. Sorry to cut you off, Lawrence.
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, it was, can Prime Whitebeard do this? That's really the question I had. I said, can Prime Whitebeard do this? And I really don't know if he can.
I think he could.
I mean, you think Odin can do everything too? But what I'm saying is like,
true,
but what I'm saying is like, I look at Whitebeard and I say, can he do this? And a piece of me goes, probably not. And this is the only reason why. Because he has a devil fruit.
I was thinking maybe if not, it would be because of that.
It's only the same reason why I think that Luffy probably won't be able to do it is because of his devil fruit. But the only reason he will be able to do it is because he's the
his devil-
protagonist.
But
Like he's the main character of
But
the
also,
show.
too, I think he will be able to do it only in, like you said, because he has the ability. But in the reverse, in a way, because since he reached gear 5th, his abilities are tapping into it for him.
Exactly.
So it's like
it's like I don't know if Whitebeard can do it in his prime, which makes me think that if he can't, and this is just speculation, if he can't, then I would say Shanks is the closest to Roger, who I think has it for sure. Which would mean Roger is stronger than Whitebeard, like I've always said. But yeah, that's just me. What about you
So
guys?
that makes you think that's what, if Shanks is closer to Roger, that means he'll be obviously stronger than Rayleigh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's. I mean, thing is,
But Rayleigh also doesn't have a devil fruit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we know Rayleigh isn't stronger than, I would say, Prime Whitebeard, right? Like, we can't assume that.
I
can't
would
say that
I
either.
would say that. But I do think Rayleigh's hockey is actually stronger than Big Mom's, and I probably might say maybe stronger or maybe close to Kaido's. But that's the thing is, I haven't seen Rayleigh's. We only saw Rayleigh's King's Edition once, and that was, at his weakened state. I mean, when he was old. But, like, I don't know. I feel like, because we all know, like, do you guys agree that Rayleigh could do advanced King's Disposition?
What, you mean like coding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He ain't mentioning it to Luffy.
I mean, that doesn't mean that he can't do it.
Lionel, that's true, but he ain't mentioning it to Luffy. He could have just been like, yo, there's another form above this that you can do. But he mentioned Future Sight.
He did.
Know what I mean?
But it's also going to like like he said, I'm only teaching Luffy the basics. Well, and he only
you think Future Sight is a basic line?
No, but he only brung up Future Sight during conversation. But he said, I'm only teaching you the basics, and that's it.
I mean,
like, that's the thing, because for instance, we didn't know that Rayleigh could do Advanced Rio until. No, I'm wrong. Because he showed it actually pre-time skip.
Yeah, he showed Advanced Rio.
Wait, no, the penetrating deep?
Yeah.
Because remember the shield?
Yeah, when he took off the collar.
Okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
He did Rio.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
I was thinking about when he was.
But he never did Advanced Conqueror's coding, bro. Well, he never said anything about it.
Granted, we never saw him in a situation where he was fighting where he would need to, and also too, he did say to Luffy that
yo, Rayleigh under Big Mom, bro.
No, he's not.
But Rayleigh said that, right? That he told Luffy for conquerors, you have to grow with this. Because also too, I think, like you said, covering the basics. Really didn't want to give Luffy too much. Like, I'm not gonna make you become Pirate King. Yeah. Because you gotta earn that on your own.
Listen, you can earn it, but you could also tell dude what's to come. You could be like, yo, this is the next level, and he did that.
I get you, but also I feel like
Luffy would only get it through experience.
But they already said.
Listen, you could get it through experience, but you could tell somebody what it is.
But they already said that like for instance, and you could say whatever, and I take this because Oda said it. Remember when we said about Fisherman Island when Luffy took out I think 50,000 of them. Right?
Yeah.
Oda said that Rayleigh
and
Shanks, if they were there,
took out all
and again would have knocked all of them out and not limit. He said he didn't say that was their limit. He said that if they were there, they would knock all of them out. So their king's position are relatively close.
Listen,
at least.
Cool, bro.
I'm just
but
saying,
Oda
man.
Also be lying all the time.
All right.
So
he's a troll.
Hold on. Aaron, what do you think?
I think he's definitely stronger than Rayleigh. I think the question at this point is like, how close is he to the Roger and the Garp and Whitebeard rocks? How close is he in strength to them? You did raise an interesting thought, Larry, about him and Whitebeard, Prime Whitebeard, because like if we find out that Whitebeard his Conqueror's Haki isn't as potent as Shanks, do we then put Shanks above him for that?
I would say no. And
so you still think Whitebeard is stronger than Shanks, despite that?
My bad. I would say that. See, this is the thing. Whitebeard garners so much respect, and it's because of like how much he's been able to do, especially at his old age. And it's like the dude was a monster.
Yeah.
He was born a monster. He had a monster ability, and he had monstrous haki. But the thing is, without haki, you can't topple the world. You can't make it bend its knee to you. And I feel like, as strong as Whitebeard is, and as strong as Big Mom was, and as strong as Kaido was, because Kaido's a freak of nature, right? He's an Oni, he has a mythical Delfru, his Conqueror's off the roof. It's like Haki is the end-all be-all. As long as you have a stronger willpower than the other person, you're guaranteed to win. And I think that Shanks being that person, if he is indeed showing us what we've never seen before, that we can only speculate that Roger was, or Rocks was, gotta give it to Shanks over Whitebeard. And I think that's just out of respect. Like, I'm still respecting Whitebeard. I'm not saying that Whitebeard's a slouch at all. But I'm saying that if Shanks proves to be this hockey-infused person where he's like, he's showing us already that this is something we've never seen in a show.
Yeah.
And he showed the same thing pre-time skip.
Yep.
When he was able to break Whitebeard's ship. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the evidence is in the pudding right there, bro.
To me, because I know we talk about the ship a lot. To me, the more startling feat in that stands to me is the fact that he was able to maintain it, and we're seeing it again too. And this is at a far distance. He's able to maintain it because he's anyway holding that admiral in submission for a extended period of time, where they're able to have a conversation where he's not able to use his ability. So in a way, Shanks' conquerors shut down an admiral's uses of his ability, in a way. Because he tried growing all over, and he was just stuck like this, stuck in his hands in the air. So I'm thinking, and the reason I keep going by, I remember I've been shooting for Shanks for a while, like how strong he is, because I also, too, remember his age. Because we look at all the people they talk about in their prime and everything, they're 40 and in their 50s. Shanks is only 39. You know? So the age that we saw the others ruling in their prime, Shanks is not at that age yet. Usually, like, for example, when we saw...
Yeah, we gotta stop talking about potential, bro. I'm
no,
sorry.
I know that.
Yeah,
I know
I'm just
that.
saying, where we at right now, bro?
But yeah, I know that. But I'm just saying, like, for example...
I know you're trying to hype him up, but it doesn't matter.
But I'm talking about the age that we see, like, we see a Kaido, and we saw Roger and Whitebeard, right? That was, like, high 40s, around maybe oldest 50, 56.
50s.
Yeah, 50s. This dude's only 39, and he's, like, in his hockey... I think his hockey is this strong now. If you're alive, you always have the potential to grow.
But I think an argument can be made that those guys were that strong at his age as well.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm not gonna say they weren't.
Remember, Roger fought Rocks when he was 39.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I always... But remember, I also compared, like, for instance, and I said, too, earlier, like, last episode, I think it was... Anyway, I said that, where you said that Roger was ruling with his hockey. I go... And I said, too, isn't Shanks doing something similar? Right? Ruling with the top, with the Yonkos, with just his hockey.
Yeah.
Right? And we see how much it grew because of it. And also, with his one arm, it probably had to go that much if he wanted to survive. Thank you. You know? So it shows a lot of, like, how strong Shanks, his hockey is.
Yeah.
He's able to do this. That we're not seeing others able to do it. You know? That's interesting.
People just gotta get in their heads, bro. Hockey is the end all be all.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet two-armed Shanks is top 3 all time in the verse.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, Larry, you keep saying that hockey is the end-all be-all. He clearly has shown the most potent hockey conquerors, at least. And every single time he's shown using it, we've seen him do things we haven't seen anybody else do. Like you said, he's destroying ships. He's pausing admirals in their footsteps. Like, who else has done that? Even Kaido hasn't been shown doing that. I mean, Big Mom, people like that.
No, Big Mom did show it. Shanks is the first person to show us that you could use King's Disposition to damage objects. Remember when they shot the missile launchers at Big Mom? Big Mom used King's Disposition to destroy those missiles.
That is true.
So, like, for instance, Shanks is losing when he shows with hockey. Shanks sometimes shows that he's the first person to show us that you could do it. Then we see other people do it.
I mean, listen, for me, it's I respect Whitebeard.
Because Whitebeard did it too.
And I respect Garp. And, you know, you got to respect those guys. Like, I can't just pull both of them under Shanks because of his showing of hockey now. Like, I have to expect that those guys did it. Like, I have to say, like, Whitebeard, Roger, Rocks, and Garp, if Garp has Conqueror's hockey, is able to do that too. I think that it would be a very great disservice to say that those 4 individuals who have reigned supreme in One Piece, in my opinion, as all-time greats, is not able to do that. And then to just put Shanks there, I feel like Shanks got to do a little bit more to earn my respect instead of showing up on a panel for like 2 panels and doing something crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's fair.
I 100% believe that Roger, hands down, did it. You know, I know. To me, it's like I don't have a doubt in my mind.
Listen, we gotta expect it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, for us to say like Shanks is top 3 over Whitebeard just doesn't make me. It doesn't sit well with me, you know.
Because I'm thinking, because Whitebeard and Roger did also destroy things when they clashed their King's Disposition when they were on the island.
But they're clashing. That's different from just I'm just admitting it.
Because it could be like a shockwave or a force from their clash.
I mean, because I'm thinking of like, because we don't know what was there. I have to go back to Kaido. But remember when Big Mom lost and Kaido flexed, Luffy got pushed back. I don't remember if he destroyed the round terrain in him, but Luffy's a King's Disposition user himself, and he got pushed back by Kaido's King's Disposition when he flexed it.
I mean,
so real quick, can I ask a question real quick? So I understand the whole showing Whitebeard respect, but Larry, what puts Roger over Whitebeard in your opinion?
The king of the pirates.
Right, but I'm saying it was confirmed that Roger didn't have a devil fruit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying if we can easily put Roger over Whitebeard, and we view Shanks in the same light as Roger with not having a devil fruit, what's keeping you from putting Shanks over Whitebeard?
He ain't find the One Piece
yet. The
yet.
fact that we haven't seen
he ain't find the One Piece
yet.
yet.
It's the One Piece. So when he finds the One Piece, because we know he's going after it now, once he finds that, we can put him above Whitebeard.
And there's a lot of suspicious things that Shanks does, right? So, like, for example, Roger had to face a lot of adversity, like difficulty, in order to achieve his goals, which basically challenges your willpower and your ambitions, right? Shanks is literally meeting up with the Gorosei and talking to them. Like, that doesn't scream willpower adversity. That actually says something more as a, like, I hate to make the similarity, but like he's a schemer too. But he's a schemer, and he also gets his hockey blossom by challenging people, such as like Whitebeard. He'll fight Whitebeard, right? He'll fight Akainu. He'll fight Mihawk and stuff like that. Like his hockey skills have enough evidence behind it to say like he is there. But then there's times where like he's talking to the Gorosei, you know, or he's like talking to Whitebeard about, yo, I don't want no problems if Ace comes after you, because he just visited me. I feel like Roger in that aspect would have been like, nah. Like if I'm gonna go talk to the Gorosei, I'm gonna take them out. Rock's the same way. You're in opposition of what I'm trying to do, and that's it. And like Roger never really. Sometimes he took Whitebeard seriously, but at the same time, like when they met up, he didn't really take Whitebeard as seriously. The same way Luffy doesn't take like Kid as serious. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. I know Kid is terrible, but what I'm saying is like Roger went up to Whitebeard, even though he knew they were gonna fight, and was like, "Yo, can I just take Odin from you?" It wasn't like any ill will amongst each other. It was like, yo, like I see you as more like, I don't know, like you're an adversary, but you're not really a challenge to the point where like I need to defeat you all the time, or like you're in my way all the time.
That I agree with you and don't agree with how you word it. No, because like, first, because like you could tell when we think of we don't know the history. When we think of Rox and Roger, we just have a feeling they had beef. They didn't like each other. It was like they wanted to probably kill each other. But when we go with Whitebeard and Rogers, like, that's my boy. Like we fight. It's like Ryu and Ken. Like they're rivals, but you're more of a friend than like, well, for instance, I can't think of anybody for Ryu. I don't know any other.
No, but
Akuma. There we go, Akuma.
Yeah, but to argue that, can you say the same with Roger and Garp? Why would they have a friendship relationship? Because
I mean,
check later,
they fought rocks together.
Yeah, but
But before that, they must have been banging out.
Yeah, because I said that Garp was always going after rocks, and we know Garp hates pirates, right? The only thing is like, for example, to me it's more like that because we see a similarity with Luffy and Roger. They have something similar in them. That kind of lovable nature around them, pure the kind of like pure heartness, free spirit.
Yeah,
they have that thing. Because one thing is that Garp, it should be beef between Garp and Roger. They don't have relations like Kobe and Luffy have, right? But Gold Roger's able to ask Garp after all they've been through. Yo, watch my kid, take care of him, raise him.
Yo, but that's what makes me feel like Roger's so superior. Because he's able to make moves like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not many people who could just do that. There's not. There's nobody in the world that could just be like, all right, yo, take care of my son. Like, Garp respected Roger so much.
I think that just kind of, I think that just speaks to the level of respect he's garnered over the years.
Yo, but how do you earn Garp's respect?
No, but Garp kind of said it. Like remember when Dadon was talking to Garp, and he said that like pretty much Roger's
upbringing was sort of like Ace's upbringing is sort of like Roger's. But what I'm saying is like, how do you garner Garp's respect like that?
Yeah, but
you gotta be insane.
No, but he said like pretty much Roger's way was so simple as a child. Roger hated people hurting his friends. Garp even said that how Roger was, that even I couldn't grow myself to hate this man.
Yeah,
because how Roger was as a person.
That's what I'm saying. Like they have something that him and Luffy have something similar. They have this lovable.
Then he Pirate King, man. That's it. Y'all want to make it simple. He Pirate King. One wasn't. That's it.
But one was going for it. Whitebeard didn't have that ambition.
Helps my argument even more. You need ambition, bro, in order to be the strongest person in the verse.
No, but if you have like for instance, your family is your kingdom, your treasure.
Yeah.
That's like for instance, again, a king. What is a king without his subjects? Nothing.
Yo, that's crazy. But then Blackbeard kills Thatch and he does nothing.
I get you, but like, granted, we don't know what Whitebeard's plan was. He said to Ace, pretty much stay out of it. But for all we know, Whitebeard's going to take care of Blackbeard on his own.
I guess.
Didn't stress that.
Probably. Didn't.
He didn't. Well, granted.
Why? To be honest, Whitebeard do be ducking smoke with the top tiers though. So he told Ace not to go after Blackbeard. He also told Ace not to go after Kaido.
Hold on, Aaron. You saying Blackbeard's top tier, bro? Listen.
No.
Just stop.
Hold on.
Just stop,
follow
bro.
me, though.
Because you're going to get me amped up, bro.
But listen to what I'm saying. Whitebeard also told Ace not to go after Kaido after Ace found out that Kaido killed Odin. Y'all remember that? So it's like, why is it that Whitebeard keeps telling Ace not to do something about, his former crew members getting packed up?
Because Ace,
y'all don't think that's weird?
No, because Ace isn't that like Ace is strong, but Ace isn't strong enough to beat Kaido. We all know this.
But when Ace was trying to go after him and he was trying to talk him out of it, Kaido told him like, Whitebeard told him even Odin couldn't beat that man, and that's almost like saying like, if Odin couldn't do it, I'm not gonna go try and do it myself.
No,
I can never say that.
Aaron,
I can never say that.
Y'all don't think so?
Aaron, watch your mouth.
Think of this.
You talking about a goat?
I'm just saying it's a little funny. That's all I'm saying.
I get you, but remember, Whitebeard's rival was Sengoku and Roger, who are Roger's stronger than Kaido.
I mean, Rox was really Roger's rival. Let's keep going.
I get you.
Whitebeard and Roger were still rivals. They just had a different type of rivalry. And that's the same thing. We can see this difference as, for example, with like Luffy and Kid and Luffy and Law.
Yeah, we could also say Kaido and Gecko Moria too, right?
No, just because the difference is
we're rivals. We're rivals.
I get you, but
that's rivals. And clearly one sucked more than the other by a lot.
If
but
you
that's
look
more
at
like
years,
Buggy. That's like I'm sorry. That's more like Bellamy and Luffy.
Yeah, y'all be taking these rival definitions too seriously.
No, because you could be a rival without having, like, for example,
they might have been rivals at eating hot dogs in a hot dog contest.
No, because like I'm saying is Luffy and Law's rivalry is similar to what I see is between Roger and Whitebeard.
I guess.
Right? But I'm not going to say fully with the Luffy
Don't
and
disrespect
Kid,
Whitebeard like that.
But it's more like the rivalry between Luffy and Blackbeard would represent more of the rivalry between Roger and Rox.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
It's actually probably more beefy. It's probably more
saying
I get it.
No, not that.
But don't be comparing Blackbeard to Rox.
No, I'm talking about
not even rivalry.
Nope.
Like beef.
I'm not talking about strength wise. I'm just talking about, like, for example, like it's like we legit do not like each other. You know? Or like you see Luffy will buddy up with Kid, he'll buddy up with Law. Roger will buddy up with Garp, he'll buddy up with Whitebeard. But
that's Roger's only knock, bro. That he had to buddy up with Garp in order to defeat Rox.
One, you see, I think you're misreading that they had to do it. It seemed like they just both went after and just met up at the same places. Like,
or
they didn't collaborate. Bro.
Garp went up to Roger and was like, "I need your help."
Garp would never do that.
He's acting like,
Garp would never do that.
Roger. Yo, you knew the area? Because I need to take out rocks.
Yeah.
And like, he called him up.
You don't think he done that motion?
No.
It was like, hey, yo, bro.
Yo, Garp
this dude wilding out. I need your help.
Garp even said the fact that, because look, from what we understand, Garp went there already, and Roger showed up because he said he wanted no one to know about it. The fact that he fought, that Roger was there and he fought, bothered Garp. Because I don't want no one to know about it.
Hold on, we got to end it. Aaron. Thank you. We got to get one more call in.
And Whitebeard's scared of nobody.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, Whitebeard ain't scared of nobody, bro.
He ain't ducking nobody.
All right, have a great night, y'all.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one. Have a good one. Blackbeard a bum, bro. Out here, no Devil Fruit Awakenings, no advanced forms of hockey. Out here again, one tap by Whitebeard. People acting like he can negate abilities and stuff. Acting like first he got to touch the person in order to negate their ability. Yeah. What happened when Ace threw fire at him? He got hurt, double the damage. What happened when Whitebeard got touched? Slice that man in half. Talk about Blackbeard top tier. Eat a dick. Go ahead. Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Curtis, first time calling. Been listening for like 3 months now. You guys are absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much. Yo, what's your name, bro?
You said Curtis?
Yes, Curtis.
Hey, what up, Curtis? What's your question, man? Thank you for calling.
First thing, well, one thing aside, yo, Larry, your Conqueror hockey has bloomed this week. It's insane, right? It's insane right now. You're on fire right now.
Thank you, man. I'm glad somebody noticed it, man. They always out here tripping, man.
What's going on, Curtis? Do you have a question?
It's kind of a quick question you can say. Guys, so guys, if right now, if you had hybrid Kaido versus 100%, like no BSN, like he coming in ready to fight against Shanks right now from what we just saw. Shanks is on fire now. That what I just saw was like next level. Like I dropped my phone when I saw him have Green Grove freeze from across the whole continent. I like, yeah, this is insane. I would have loved to see these two fight. Like if you guys could you got your head canon in that fight. How would you guys break that down?
What, Shanks versus
Kaido,
hybrid form?
Kaido in his prime, hybrid form, going all out.
So I'm always gonna say this: if Kaido is fighting to his fullest potential, he's probably the strongest person in the show, like alive right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Yeah.
that live.
If he's fighting to that degree, if not, Shanks beats him, bro, and it's extreme diff for sure. But that's it. Like Kaido has to dodge. He has to use Future Sight. He has to do everything. But he can't hold back and like start drinking, and he has to actually fight.
Yeah. See, how I see it, I think, and again, I know you guys could keep coming at me for this because you got to be like no potential and stuff like that, right? But I'm not really going through this. I'm going with what we're going to see is what I'm saying. Playing it is that I'm gonna take I'm gonna go with Shanks for this one, and because I kind of feel like the way Oda is showing up, what he's showing with Shanks, I think when Luffy and Shanks are actually going to fight. I think that's what Oda's showing us. They're going to fight it out, probably even for One Piece, right? And I think Shanks might even with Luffy, we're always showing in Gear 5th, may show, not gonna say take an L, but Luffy's gonna have to grow in that fight. Like Luffy's gonna get chipped up a lot during that fight. I think he's gonna show that how powerful
He was
Shanks
getting
is.
chipped up by Kaido.
Yeah, but granted, but this is him first learning it. Like this is like new stage stuff. But this is Luffy's gonna mature with his ability and his hockey even more, and he's still like going to have to like still try to measure up to Shanks. That's why I think what Oda is showing us.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying it. I'm not gonna say like there's one thing I saw was like when I used to watch Fairy Tail, that it was funny because there was a character that looked exactly like Shanks in Fairy Tail. Right, his name's like Gildarts, and the main character who's similar to like Natsu, whose name is Natsu, who's similar to like Luffy. When he went to go fight this person, got completely shut down by him. Like it was like he got he got unwilled to fight. I'm not saying that's gonna happen to Luffy, but I think there's going to like when we see them finally go, we're gonna see how strong Shanks is, and Luffy's gonna be unbelievable how strong Shanks is.
All right, we got about like 2 minutes, so Lionel, go.
I was gonna say pretty much which is how Shanks is like. I'm not gonna bring up the mad thing, but I'm just gonna bring out pretty much. In a way, I think Luffy and Shanks had something similar that in a fight they're serious.
Yeah.
But Shanks to me is the type of person that in a fight, how serious I am, if we see like people who underestimate people. I don't think Shanks would ever underestimate anyone in this fight. Yeah. So it's pretty much Shanks' guard is always going to be up, just like how Whitebeard is. Like Whitebeard never let his guard down towards anyone. We only saw Whitebeard weaken because he was sick. That's like nobody was even to scar Whitebeard till Roger and Whitebeard was old. So I feel like if Kaido and Shanks fight each other, again, it's all on Kaido. Because if Shanks is coming with I'm not letting my guard down, I'm not going to underestimate you, and I'm coming at you full strength, that Kaido better be ready. Because either that fight's going to last really quickly, or that fight's going to be one of the craziest fights we're ever going to see. Because, again, Kaido is a monster on his own. Yeah. So again, I already know how Shanks is a little bit. And we don't know, but we know how Shanks is going to be in a fight. All depends on Kaido, because again, Kaido's drinking, he's acting a fool, whatever. But is he going to take Shanks seriously? Because we know Shanks is going to take Kaido seriously. So it depends on Kaido.
He would see how he views Shanks.
All right, guys, we gotta go. Curtis,
super chats.
I know we're gonna do the super chats. Curtis, I just want to say thank you, brother, for tuning in, calling for the first time. Listen, greatly appreciate you, man. Hopefully you call back again.
Yes. Appreciate your call.
Make sure you get Sebastian all the smoke. Give him all the
smoke. He getting his smoke, bro. Because I know he talking crazy in chat. I know it is. I know he in there talking crazy in chat. So best believe I'm giving it to him.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate the call.
I appreciate you, man. All right, Marv, we're going to do super chats and then we're going to do the thing. So, Captain J subs, thank you again for the $5, man. You send something every week. I appreciate you. He says, where are all the mid-bowl fans at now? I don't know. But they talking a lot in chat from what I'm hearing. Next one is Captain J subs again with $2. He says, Rayleigh over Shanks? So y'all telling me Kizaru over Shanks? No, we are not saying that. We ain't even close to that.
Who said that?
Yeah, nobody said that. Insatiable Hunger, thank you for another $5, guy. He says, didn't Cracker do the same? He was shredding the forest to pieces just with his ko-haki. Not only that, but also he forced out the souls of the homies.
Wait, is he trying to say Cracker has conquers or no?
He's saying that he used some sort of like conquers in a way to take out the homies. They like got scared or something and like left their
Cracker didn't
bodies.
have conquers.
He didn't.
Yeah,
But it's a certain amount of hockey. I remember. I have to look back at that, so I'm not too sure. And then we got Oz sent another $2. He said Larry's wildin' as usual. And then we got Luis Talavera, $5, but he didn't really send. He didn't write anything. Yeah. Luis, next time if you do send something, please write something in it.
Please.
All right. But anyway, guys, this is the end of episode 59. Next episode is going to be a 2-hour one. There's no break of One Piece at all. I'm pretty sure Marv is going to fix the internet next time, so everything's going to be A-okay. I just want to say thank you again for always being with us, always sticking with us, and always appreciating us for what we are. I'm sorry that Sebastian couldn't be here. I really wish he was here because I think the episode would have been crazier. Because especially that chair, you saw Lionel getting a little crazy earlier. Yeah, that chair is crazy. But if you haven't liked the stream, please like the video. If you haven't commented, I want to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't shared it with a friend, please do because I'm pretty sure they're going to like this.
We got one more super chat.
We got one more super chat?
Yeah.
Yo, can we end the episode, guys? What was it? It's from Your Don. He says, would Shank kill a crew member to make a point? No.
No.
Nah, he wouldn't kill a crew member.
Wait. Of his own crew?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, he's not gonna kill. You mean another crew?
No,
Yeah.
he's saying his own crew.
Shank's gonna kill it. He's not his Nakama.
Yeah, exactly. So he wouldn't kill his Nakama. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lionel.
And this is that One Piece. Jana.
Jana.